with a steel trap for a mind and steel wool for hair. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get it on.
Well, when Caesar's on the show, there's going to be a lot of getting it on.
Adams back in the studio. He's got live dates, man. Watch a pro at work. That's Orny doing stand-up. Ice House. And it's going to be at Kimmel's Comedy Club, Mic Drop Comedy Club in San Diego. You go to ornyadams.com for all that information. I'm going to Governor's in Levittown coming up at the end of June, but I've never been there. I've heard about the club a million times. You probably know it.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, it used to be, when I lived in New York City, like one of the best places to go do comedy. And then at some point, they messed with the stage. They made it higher. And I don't know why comedy clubs mess with perfection. And I think it changed it somehow.
It's the same shit women do with their hair. They're so hot, their hair's flowing, it looks great, and then all of a sudden they pop up on one of these entertainment shows with a bob, and I'm like, it doesn't help.
Stop messing
It doesn't
with it.
help. You
Yeah.
can't get better looking than you are with long hair. You can't do it. The women love it, but they pretend to love it. They don't really like it aesthetically.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you just knocked 3.5 points off. Now I just passed
My
you.
stock went
But
up.
they always applaud it. Oh, with their short hair, looking
Yeah.
like a fucking ugly
Say it.
bitch. Yeah,
Oh, boy.
yeah, that's
There
what
you
they,
go.
that's what they do.
There you go.
Only thing women like about short hair is other women getting short hair, so it makes them less attractive.
Do you notice when women like you or a man, they play with their hair? Have you noticed that?
That's all women. Women have tells, you know, and they have tells like people have tells with poker. When they keep flipping and flopping with their hair, that means something. But
I saw this yesterday.
Oh, you did?
I was hiking alone, and a woman is coming towards me, and she noticed me, and I saw
that was Caitlyn Jenner.
it was.
But keep going.
Yeah.
'Cause, she told me she saw Orny on the trail.
Patrick Warburton was on my show in Vegas, and I wrote him a great Caitlyn Jenner bit.
Oh, I heard about that.
It's going around. It's like
going around.
It's like the biggest thing.
It was all the buzz backstage.
Everywhere. Even Mike August called. He said, I heard the Caitlyn Jenner bit.
Well, he was sitting next to me eating when we heard it together. So it's not like he was in Oregon and it spread all over. But,
so it went viral at one meal.
It went viral in a 4-foot
table.
radius.
Yeah.
It was like a 4-foot viral radius.
I thought I had something going for once. I was excited.
I don't know, but I was there, and we were discussing you and Patrick and how Orny came up with this joke, and so obviously it made it. It made an impression.
Yeah, it's led to no work for me.
No.
My life has not changed at all.
Well, should we tell the joke?
Yeah, Patrick was telling a joke about how he used to know Bruce Jenner.
Right.
And the first time he met Caitlyn, what that was like. Mm-hmm. There was no, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but
Right.
there was none of that.
They just rolled right in. She
rolled
right
into
into it.
So
Right.
I said, you should say the first thing Caitlyn said was, hey, I don't know if you remember, but you owe me $50.
Right.
And Patrick should say, no. I owe Bruce $50.
Right. Yeah.
I owe Caitlyn nothing. Once you make that change,
Yeah.
all debts gone, wiped.
Yeah. And look, I think if the IRS took on that position, I think there'd be a lot of guys transitioning.
Yeah.
A lot. Like anyone who owed more than $150K would definitely be making that move.
It's the new filing for bankruptcy.
Well, why can't, if there's a version of this for prisoners, if there's a scam version of it for prisoners where you go, look, I'm a dude, but I don't want to go to an old dude jail and get raped in the shower, so I'll just identify as a woman and I'll go into the women's prison. If there's a sort of scam version of it for prisoners, why not the taxpayers?
Right.
The white collar guys. You know what I mean? The people that are keeping the lights on around here.
Yeah.
I got a question for you,
Wait,
Orny.
can I finish the story? Did you know
Oh, I'm
here?
sorry.
Yeah, so the woman, I assume she saw me because there's nobody else coming or going.
Oh, on the trail.
And she can't stop playing with her hair. And it stopped, and then she did it again. I go, this girl's really...
She got bad.
She's into me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then as we're about to pass, she did this move. She open mouth yawned for the entire passing. She passed me like this. And then I said, I guess she wasn't that into me.
Or more so than you could have ever imagined, because she was saying she was open for business.
You were quite the ladies' man in your day, so I think you know.
I kind of did okay, but it was never because I did anything. But I did do okay. I can't, This is a kind of thing where if you have sort of medium-low self-esteem, you just assume, no, chicks didn't like me or whatever. But then if you go back and go through the sort of scrapbook of your mind, you go, well, yeah. I remember one time there were two models who both showed up to the Acme Theater. And, I was driving a pickup truck and making $13 an hour. And I had no status at all, no hand, as Seinfeld would say. And these two beautiful young models who were also interested in sketch or improv or whatever pulled up. And I was like, oh, man, look at these two. Where'd these two come from? And then at some point was able to bed both of them over the course of the next several months. Now, they were never really that into me.
Yeah.
But I still got
Sounds like they were.
Enough. So looking back, no, not really, but still was able to seal the deal and do a little dating. And every time I go, oh, look at you pathetic loser, I just go, wait, it can't be that bad. You got the blonde and the brunette model, and they were both hot, opposite hot.
Did they know that you were with the other one?
I think so. One later on, I think may have taken her own life, but I don't think it was because
How many
of
women
me.
have you dated that have taken their own lives?
Oh, less than a dozen.
Less. I would have guessed more. Where would you have been, Chris, on that?
I think less than a dozen. We're right at a dozen.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't the suicide hotline number above your bed?
Well, if the Silkwood shower doesn't work, then they go to the pistol.
Yeah.
But first they try the Silkwood shower.
That's one of my favorite references, the Silkwood. Do you know what that is?
No.
That scene where she had to scrub all the contamination off
Can't
of her,
make
the radiation?
references in front of these kids anymore.
No.
What's a reference?
Yeah, he doesn't know what a reference means.
Before this week, did you know who Eminem was? Not the candy.
Of course.
Okay.
All right, now here's a question for you,
I'm
Orny.
ready.
I was watching
Anybody ever do this move?
Pick Up the Mic.
Yeah.
That's a confident move.
Yeah.
That's equivalent to a woman flopping her hair around into the host.
Yeah. Go ahead, ask me the question.
I was thinking about. I was watching some of the proceedings from the Hunter Biden trial that's going on, and I realized I'm sort of obsessed with the fact that we do not allow cameras in the studio.
In the court.
Sorry, in the court. We do not allow cameras in the court, and we don't allow still photography in the court.
Yeah.
But we will still have this archaic thing where a guy has a sketch pad and attempts to draw all the stuff you see in the court, which seems bizarre. Seems like a bizarre ritual for me. Like if somebody goes, why no cameras in the court? No cameras in the court because we don't want any evidence or renditions about. Well, but how about a guy who can draw real good, who's going to try his best to do what a camera would have done?
It looks like a character sketch from the Santa Monica Pier.
These guys are on the fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They don't even finish them. They're like charcoal outlines.
But then I was watching a lot of the evidence for the Hunter Biden story, the gun story, is clips from photographs from his laptop of him with his shirt off or holding a crack pipe. Sometimes it's just a tight shot of a little bindle of cocaine or something. And this guy's now drawing photographs.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, all right, what year is this? Where are we now? Like, I was thinking, this doesn't make any sense. It's a photograph. Show the fucking photograph. Let me see. Instead, he's doing his best drawing. He's drawing a gun. He's drawing a bindle of cocaine. He's drawing Hunter Biden with his shirt off.
You're going to lose nuance.
You're drawing pictures of
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
Where are we at now? And I'm
not
just
in a
saying,
good place.
are we
No.
at a place now where everyone just takes their Tesla, puts it in neutral, and hooks it up to a donkey and just drags us around town? Because that's what this is. From a technological standpoint, that's what this is. We had drawings since the dawn of humanity, cave drawings and sculptures and things like that. And then at some point, miraculously, somebody figured out a photograph, which is insane if you really think about it.
Yeah.
But that came 10 minutes ago. In terms of the Earth's calendar, we were around for millions of years, and then we came with this thing, and now we're drawing pictures of photographs. I don't like it. I don't like what it says about us.
So what is your question for me?
Oh, that chick on the trail?
No, I think you started by saying I have a question.
I want to
for
know
you.
what you think. I want
Why-
your
why is
input.
this- why is
I
this
want
happening?
your input.
Oh, look at him with his.
We got a drawing of a photograph of Hunter Biden with his shirt off, smoking a crack pipe.
But wait a minute. This is in the context of the courtroom and how the evidence was presented. This isn't like he just drew a picture of. You're not going to insert the real picture in there. That's buffoonery.
In the courtroom, they show the photograph.
I got to tell you something. He looks great with his shirt off.
That's why
Very
shirt's off
flattering.
all the time.
Yeah,
He's constantly taking pictures with his shirt off because he looks good with his shirt
What
off.
if we could swap Biden's brain and put it in Hunter's body? Just having this thought right now.
Yeah.
Do you think that would win some votes?
Oh, yeah. He could race hustle for another 30 years with that body underneath him. I wonder if the sketch artists, I wonder if they go listen, here's what the case is, right? And the sketch artist is like, oh, okay, I better brush up on my crack pipes.
For sure.
I better brush up on my bindles of cocaine. I got to brush up on my pistols. If you're Anna Nicole Smith is probably I got to draw some titties. I got to brush up on this stuff.
What do these guys do? I don't want to be critical of this guy's work because I don't know what kind of work they get in between non-infamous trials, but it doesn't look natural the way he's holding that crack pipe. It looks
they put
like he has
it
a
up
claw
there
hand.
for 30 seconds. We got a clip that's 3:40, although I kept saying the last 60 seconds. So,
Well, plus the
plus
first part too.
I edited it from Crystal Brain.
we're breaking it into pieces, or we're just going all the way through.
Right.
That's what I was.
Does it go all the way through? Sorry, I thought there was a part in the middle of Crystal Brain and then the end part.
I thought you want a super cut with the crystal brain in there and the end part, and just to trim out some fat.
Yeah, all right. Well, if you
I
trimmed
didn't
out some
trim
fat.
out any fat. I didn't hear that. That's what I thought it was going from Crystal Brain.
No, I just
to the hangout.
I told Chris just a Crystal Brain part and then just the end part.
Can do. Give me 3
All right.
minutes.
I feel like I just landed in the middle of a production.
Yes,
meeting or something.
I will. We'll have some sandwiches coming soon.
Yeah, good. Oh,
I'll
really?
catch you guys up on that.
So I'm
yeah.
seeing a few reasons why courtroom sketches are allowed, but cameras are prohibited. So one is to protect the privacy and safety of the witnesses and the jurors, because you can't fully identify everybody else in the photo.
Okay.
Another reason,
But we have the technology to, blur that out.
Yeah,
we do that all the
pixelate,
time.
sure.
Pixelate, yeah.
but also there's a psychological effect of cameras being on participants, and then witnesses feeling intimidated by the
All
presence
right.
of
Well,
cameras.
then listen. There's a Ring doorbell on every porch in America. Do you think mailmen are scared to walk up?
Do you wanna
Come
know
on,
something?
fuck you and your psychology. You're being filmed everywhere. The only place you're not being filmed is inside of the courtroom at this point.
Do you have one of the newer Ring cameras?
I don't know.
I have
Maybe.
the original Ring camera,
Really?
and all it does is sketches of the people
Wow!
ringing
I
your
didn't
doorbell.
know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So if we can have progress there,
Yes, why not
Yeah.
in the courtroom?
yeah.
All right,
Patrick
listen.
Warburton's going to love that one.
The two jobs.
Hunter's got to have a diet book because this guy,
Well,
it's amazing.
do crack 24/7 for 11 years, and you
He's
won't
like-
put on the love handles either, Orny.
He's like the Bert Kreischer of crack addicts.
Yeah, shirts always off.
Yeah.
All right.
He's the machine.
I would have thought, can we say this? Courtroom sketch artists should have gone the way of the dodo.
yeah.
And,
Carrier pigeons.
yeah, well, they've gone. They did go.
No, they're
Because
still
the
in
way-
use.
All right.
That's how he got served.
The point is also sign language people should have gone. Soon as we had the closed caption, They should be gone too. We don't need 1/3 of the screen standing next to Governor Newsom explaining about his deal. But we're paying them.
You want to talk about
we don't need them. You can read the scroll on the bottom.
What if you're illiterate to the English language, but you can read sign? You got to think of these people.
If you're deaf and you can't read lips and you're illiterate, that's on you.
So that's it.
I can't help you. If you go, here's my deal. I'm deaf, but I also refuse to learn to read.
Yeah.
That's on you.
I got to tell you something, because you're onto something. I figured something out. I was in Arizona last week, and you'll love this, Adam. Okay? It was Memorial Day, and we were parking, and I thought, do we need to feed the meter? And I thought, no, it's a holiday. And then I saw a cop writing a ticket. I said, hold on a second. It's a holiday. What are you doing writing a ticket? And he said, I'll write you up 365 days a year. I'll write you up on Christmas.
Wow.
I'm the Hammer. They call me the Hammer. And I said, are you proud of that nickname?
Yeah.
And he said, look at this right now. He said, I'm writing up a handicap plate. We don't even forgive that in Arizona.
Wow.
And say what you want about that. I didn't see a single homeless person there. I didn't see any litter.
Yeah.
I saw somebody trying to steal lipstick from CVS, shot it right out of her hand.
Wow, the Hammer?
Shot it out, the Hammer.
The Hammer
shot it.
Pulled his piece out. And
I'm just saying, it's nice to see laws enforced.
No, listen, I agree. And if it's a choice between that and just complete Sodom and Gomorrah chaos like we have here, and somebody tweeted me an article where people are stealing fire hydrants now to use for scrap metal.
Well, I told you about the copper.
Yeah,
the wires being stolen in my neighborhood.
They steal the catalytic converters, the Tesla chargers. Oh, by the way, I was thinking about this bitch, Nisa Raman or whatever that bitch.
Nathia Raman.
Nathia Raman or Ramon or whatever that bitch is, who was bitching about Toyota making it too easy to get the catalytic converter stolen from the car. She's an insane nut job who's part of the cabal who runs this city. But Nathia should also be angry at Tesla for making their wires too easy to cut at their charging station. Because if you said to me, look, Adam, here's the deal. You can either steal a catalytic converter or steal a Tesla charging wire that's hanging open in this parking lot. Which one would take you longer and which one would you do? I'd go, well, stealing the catalytic converter, I got to jack up the car. I got to get a Sawzall and some WD-40 and a by-cutting metal blade or a cutting wheel, carborundum.
Oh, you love to name your tools. There's
right
any opportunity to name tools.
Right.
We get it. You know tools.
All I need is a bolt cutter in one move. It's going to take me literally less than 10 seconds to steal that thing.
And
so Nathia should be equally as angry at the Tesla charging places, right?
Right.
Okay.
And morally,
let's hear if she speaks out.
Morally, I bet you feel better about stealing from Tesla than an individual. Like a catalytic converter is an individual.
Yeah.
Tesla's a big company.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Dawson will get our clip. My Gloria Allred clip, because Michael Richards is making the rounds.
Yeah, he's on a little forgiveness tour because he has a book coming out.
Yeah.
He's forgiven himself.
Yeah. And I got into a big argument with the folks that were in the crowd at the Laugh Factory in November of 06, when Michael Richards went on his race-based tirade. Those people got together with Gloria Allred to sue Michael Richards. And then Gloria Allred called into my radio show to tell me about it, and I disagreed with her on a few topics, and then we got into an argument, and at some point she hung up on herself, or I told her to phone or whatever it is. Listen, I just want to say this. I love people who come on this show or any show that I do, but if you want to float retarded theories, be prepared for a little pushback. That's all.
Yeah, Orny.
So what?
That's all.
That's to me?
No.
That's to you and anyone who wants to come on the show. You're allowed to come on the show. You're allowed to say insane, retarded things, and then I'm allowed to call you an insane retard.
Okay.
So that's what happened with Gloria.
I'm prepared.
Gloria
You've done that
Allred.
before.
There's a lot of good meat in here.
There's a lot of good meat.
I got it down to like about a minute 40.
All right. So the first one is
Crystal Brain.
she was explaining to me that this may help Michael Richards' career.
Okay, so to be clear, this is from what year?
Oh, this is from
November of 2006.
Well, that was the event.
No, this is the call.
Oh, that's the call. Well, then when did the event happen?
And what happened to this
Wait a
lawsuit?
minute.
Did it go anywhere?
It's possible Chris is wrong about something.
That's highly unlikely.
It's highly unlikely. November 17th is the event, right? I don't know. No, we don't know. I remember hearing that the actual
Yeah, November
event.
17th is the event.
All right, but didn't you tell me 10 seconds ago this?
It wouldn't.
Well, she called in after the event.
I would assume so.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But so she could have called in December.
I'm
or
seeing
could
on
have been
November 29th, 2006.
All right, so
I-
she called in after 2 weeks after the thing went
Yeah.
down, or 10 days, or
She
whatever.
was
it
working
is.
hard over Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she was.
By
She
the
was.
way,
You got
by the
misinformation,
way,
How
Chris.
am I said November of 2006.
let's not
No,
dress down
all right,
the
play
employees.
it back. I said it's November
when a
16th,
guest
and I
is
said that
here.
wasn't the call, that was the event.
Yeah, and then she called in November of 2006, 2 weeks after. It's still the same month.
All right, I said November 2000, and I said November 16th, and you said that was the call. I said, no, that was the event. She called in after that.
Who
That's
cares?
all I said. Well, listen to the
Move
tape.
on.
Listen to the tape.
Yeah,
Get the
sit
tape.
here,
All right.
watch you dress down,
is-
my friend Chris.
Thank you, Orny.
No,
here's-
I'm saying I just said when the call was.
Here's the most important
after.
thing. Okay.
Yes.
Here's the most important thing.
Yes.
And the listeners and you and everybody will be thrilled to know we are 148 days away from Halloween 2024.
Oh, shit, I got to get that bit going.
Start
the
going.
countdown.
Start writing tags. You
It's
saw the
time.
tags I wrote for
It's time.
what's his name? Warburton.
Warburton, yeah. I need some candy-coated tags from
Yeah.
you.
Oh, candy coated.
All right, this is, we'll play our tape back later, but this is.
Who gives a
This is
shit?
Gloria Allred trying to get money for the black people in the audience.
You know what? He's like a chick. You just have to say, I'm sorry, you're right. It doesn't matter. Just to end the conversation.
Would that end it, Adam?
No,
Didn't
not
you
as
write
long
a-
as you think that's what you said.
Didn't you write a book saying that we're all going to turn into...
Yes, I did.
And what year was that?
Well,
November of 2006.
Dawson says, no, it's 2010.
Yeah,
we
Right.
learned.
10.
Well, I think you've fallen into that category because the way you dress down.
Dress
Chris,
down. I said the call. I said the call was from this date, and he said no, that was the event, or vice versa, whatever it is. And I said no, it's not the event.
Thank you,
the call
Orny.
came later.
I feel attacked. I would like Gloria
Yes.
Allred's number.
Have you been
don't
triggered?
Don't
Have you been
jump
triggered?
in with misinformation if you don't want pushback.
Orny,
That's what
save
you
a little
did.
of that empathy because it's probably coming my way in like 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah. You're all going to get it.
It's
Yeah.
going to be
Here
wrong.
we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I think if you asked Michael Richards whether he prefer, or Michael Richards' representation, his publicist or his agents, whether they prefer this incident happen or not, they would, of course, say no.
Well, that's not the question of whether they would prefer it happen. The question is, will it enhance his career?
No.
And we don't know the answer to that
Yes,
yet.
we do.
You're
The
willing to
answer is
say
no.
because you've got a crystal ball that I don't have.
No, I have a crystal brain that thinks logically.
Well, you really don't know about these things. So the point is, we'll leave this up
I
to
do
a
know.
retired
I
judge.
do know this hasn't helped him.
Right.
Well, what about if I'm morbidly obese and you call me a fat ass?
Okay, again, you have, first of all, morbid obesity is a physical condition. And, I would hope that no one would make fun of anyone on account
Well,
of that.
they did in my hypothetical question, so
well, you
please
did, but
address
I'm
it.
just telling you, I want to focus on racial
Oh,
issues.
because you know this would hurt your argument. That's why you
No,
don't want to
it's
address it.
because I think
Of course, if you had a logical answer for my hypothetical question, you would give it at this point, but
Well,
you don't,
know
so
what?
you
If
won't.
you would like some free legal advice, give
Gloria
me that.
Allred, you're not capable of answering a basic hypothetical question.
Well, you know what? I don't need to be answering that on your show when I
Of
want to
course,
talk about
because
racial
you have no answer.
victimi-
Because you
I
have an
wanna talk about
answer
racial
that would hurt your
victimization.
argument.
You obviously don't think that issue is important enough.
Oh,
to
there
keep
you
it
go.
on.
That's right. Imply I'm a racist. That's a good way to get out of not
I
answering a
didn't say
very
you were
basic
racist.
question. Very smart card you play,
Nor did
Gloria
I say
Allred.
that Michael
Every
Richards
time
is a
somebody
racist.
has a question, every time someone has used logic to corner you, you play the race card and get them on the run.
There's no race card here to
Diabolical.
play. The
It's
word
not going to
speak-
work. Either answer the question or I'm going to get off the phone.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
All right. Coward.
Good for you.
Bitch.
Coward.
All right, now listen.
The racist card, head of
Boy,
her
you
time.
were-
Ahead of
you
her
were
time, the
sharp.
racist card. Well, listen. There should be a federal mandate that you have to answer hypothetical questions.
Yeah.
You cannot avoid. It's a hypothetical question. Just answer it. I said, what if there were fat people in the audience and Michael Richards made fun of fat people? Would those people be entitled to a payday? Didn't want to answer
Didn't want to answer it.
because the answer is no. Then the next question would be, so now what's the difference?
Crystal Brain was great. Good for
That
you. You were
was a good
sharp. Don't you listen to a clip like that and think, I have really lost 1 or 2 steps?
I know, Orny. I think you're as funny as you ever were, brother. But I like the self-deprecating Orny. I like the new self-deprecating.
No, if
Orny.
I was-
It's so much more becoming because the old Orny, with all the bluster and attitude, really kind of put people off. So keep going this way. But no, I think you're as sharp as you ever were.
What if I was morbidly obese? Would you talk to me like that?
Well, first off, Gloria Allred was trying to pitch to me that this may help Michael Richards' career.
That was great. You stopped that. Yeah.
Well, that's how you have to interview people. You can't go, well, that's your opinion. We'll just keep going along. But you're saying something that's patently false and clinically insane. And nobody, by the way, she knows better than almost anyone living in this town and defending certain people and having certain clients that this is death to a career. And I think Michael Richards took 18 years off because of this. So
we should call her right now and do a follow-up.
She'd run to the phone. Here's the thing about all these cowards, though, by the way. They're 10-cent heads and they're cowardly.
Yeah.
People go, oh, you got to talk to Gavin Newsom again. You got to talk to Gloria Allred again. I go, they'll never talk to me ever again because I don't agree with all of their bullshit and they can't effectively defend their bullshit.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You know what I just realized? What we should do to make Chris feel worse for what happened a few minutes ago, we should compliment overly Dawson on that quick edit.
Oh, hey, Dawson.
Wow.
Yeah. There's only a handful of guys, and I don't think they're even in this country.
Unbelievable.
Who could do what you did.
Pretty clean, huh?
Oh, those fingers are so fucking nimble.
I got surgical with it.
Must be from rolling all those joints. But I mean,
it must be.
there's
gotta be.
something surgical about this, man.
No help from Chris whatsoever.
Oh, he wasn't
I had to figure all
texting
this out.
you?
I had to figure it all out on my own.
Wow.
He really dropped the ball.
That is sharp,
It's
man.
got to be hard to find help as great as Dawson, right? I mean, where would you?
You don't.
If you had to rank.
First off, you,
You
don't
don't find
find
it. Yeah.
help like Dawson.
It
That's
finds you.
called manna from heaven, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it just
Yeah.
comes down
Yeah.
and washes over you.
Yeah.
There is no like Dawson.
Yeah.
It's like, it must be hard to find shooting guards like Michael Jordan. It's like, no, you don't find those guys. They're once in a lifetime.
Any other employees you have that even come close to Dawson?
No, there's nobody
Nothing.
even. Not in the neighborhood. Not in the phylum.
Yeah.
Not in the species.
Yeah.
I could keep going with my biological references.
I got to tell you
but-
something.
this
As a
room?
guy that edits all his content, I'm just absolutely blown away by what Dawson did.
Thank you.
While we were still on the air.
That was real time.
That was real time.
People listening thought we maybe took a 3-hour break.
It's almost like he could do the job of 2 employees.
Oh, 3.
You could
For
thin
sure.
the herd a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy works for peanuts because it's about
Yeah.
pride for Dawson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
No,
here
but
for the
what
love of the
Dawson
game.
did was Dawson.
That's true.
It's, I don't know if you watch soccer, but when there's an injury or football, there's something called stoppage time, right? So Chris fucked up about 3 minutes of the show, right?
did.
Yeah,
Dawson
felt
made
like
up
more.
for it.
Yeah.
Dawson made up for it.
First one in, last one out every single day. That's Dawson. All right. Good job, bro. Nice work.
Thank you.
All right. So I got other stuff to talk about. Here, speaking of trials. Speaking of trials.
Who was speaking? Okay.
Well, we're talking about the Hunter
Yeah,
Biden
you're
thing.
right. You're right.
every time I hear someone complain about Trump and Stormy Daniels, they do this thing where they go, he had sex with a porn star while his wife was pregnant, and they're outraged. But I always say, I think that is the way to do it. Your wife, so again, it's all inflection. Like, yeah, I had sex with another woman while my wife was pregnant. Couldn't get any action at home.
I think
you know what I mean?
I think it's a fact that the most...
And the porn star almost makes it a professional transaction. Like how far... Everyone's beating off to porn stars. This isn't... And then they got their VR goggles on. What is... This is just a logical next step. I'm saying, if I was pregnant, it was kind of sidelined sexually for a couple of months, let's just say. Say I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And somebody had an affair on me, I would want them to do it while I was pregnant with a porn star, not, on our honeymoon with the help from the hotel or my sister or whatever like that. I'm just saying, just because you put your super inflection on it doesn't make it bad.
Of the 9 months of the pregnancy, how much of that time can you not have sex?
I think it varies. And for a lot of people, I think they can go right up to the end.
I mean, couldn't they make a bed where the woman could be on all fours and there was a hole in the bed?
Now you're talking Star 80. I like where you're going here. All right, do you get the Star 80 reference?
No, I don't.
Oh, we
No,
got two. Someone else in this room dropped the Star 80 reference. All right.
We barely got the Gloria Allred reference. We know the daughter.
I'm not going to apologize for knowing things.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
Man, were you sharp in that bit? You were just... You were there.
Relentless, right?
Yeah, now there's like this... deer in headlight. It's almost like Muhammad Ali on the ropes. It's rope-a-dope. It's like, is Adam still with us? What's going to happen?
Listen.
I think he's drifted. Anytime I tell a story, you go right to your pad. You start writing.
Tony, don't come in here and start pitching that malarkey, a dog-faced pony soldier boy. Get out of here. I challenge you in a push-up competition right now.
That's what?
Fatty. Not you. There was Biden got some shit from a guy in a town hall meeting. Do you guys remember this? Dawson will remember it. Like 5 years ago, Dawson was doing some like town hall-y thing at a restaurant or something.
Somebody called him a dog-faced pony boy.
No, it's when somebody like challenged him to like not being so smart or something. And he's like, he goes, this is the worst. He goes, listen, fat. He didn't say fatty or husky. He goes, listen, fat, I graduated at the top of my law school class. I'll challenge you to push-up contest right now. He just called the guy fat. And like it was his first name. Like it could have been Pat or Tad, but he called him fat, He goes, listen, fat. Because Biden gets, when somebody asks him something, he gets really agitated. He gets like old man agitated. I think he talked about being at the top of his class or something, which was a lie, but then challenged him to a push-up competition. So that's what I just did with you. I went Biden on your ass.
I'd be willing to do a push-up contest with you.
I'm
right
so bad
now, unstretched. I'm ready to go.
I'm for shit these days.
Well, it's sad to see this.
This is what you're talking about.
I'm talking about your brain and your body.
The way its synapses firing like a Gatling gun.
There's no way you could have been that quick. With the
if Gloria Allred ever calls back and starts talking about Michael Richards, I'm going to be like, well, yeah, but it was bad and stuff.
Yeah.
So you should just be quiet with your mouth, person.
Yeah.
You don't, just because you think you're some kind of high-priced, what are the people that do the law thing? Attorney person?
I think you need Prevagen.
Yeah,
I think it's time.
I need Prevagen.
I think you need whatever comes from jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
The molecules.
So if I run into an Asian at a supermarket, I can remember their name because that's the Prevagen commercial.
What?
Oh, yeah. Now, Star 80.
Yeah.
Eric Roberts.
Yeah.
Doing the true story of the Dorothy Stratten story. Mm-hmm. Nothing yet?
Nothing.
No, I think I saw this years ago.
Yeah, well, that's how references work.
It's on VHS.
You know what I mean?
But I think
Civil War? What are you talking about?
I got rid of it.
I was born in 69. What are you talking about? All right, listen to me.
I'm listening.
Star 80, Eric Roberts, true story of Dorothy Stratten.
Yeah.
Now, here's the reference with the bed, the pregnant bed. Dorothy Stratten was Playmate of the Year and was the toast of the town. And back when Playmate of the Year meant you got a pink Corvette and every, James Caan had to take a, bakery ticket to see if he could fuck you. I mean, it was a big deal in 1979 being Playmate of the Year, toast of the town. And Bogdanovich dated her and then dated her sister, by the way. It's awesome. Bogdanovich is awesome. I like guys with a kerchief. They get to do whatever they want. So her boyfriend came back from Canada after signing her up. So she worked at like an In-N-Out burger version of that in Canada. Boyfriend took some naked pictures of her, sent it to Playboy. She ends up moving out here, living in the mansion. And the next thing you know, she don't want anything to do with her Canadian boyfriend because she's hobnobbing with Bogdanovich and James Caan and hanging out in the grotto. And he gets all jealous, comes back here, shows up, and kills her with a shotgun. But before he kills her, they go in and they find sex furniture. They find weird sex chairs and stuff like that. So the Star 80 reference for you and the sex bed was a brilliant. No Prevagen for this cat.
Yeah.
No. What was that story? We have Biden challenging the guy to the push-up thing.
Yeah,
but the Star 80 story is a grim and gruesome story.
Movie.
A great movie, but he built a sex chair to strap
Not
her
a sex
to.
bed. That's what I can. That's the genius of what I came up with.
And I think
Let's not diminish that.
I think he raped her and then he just killed her with a shotgun. I don't know if he killed himself.
I'm stuck on bakery ticket.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? I mean, you use them at a deli too. Are they a deli ticket at the deli? Are they a bakery ticket at the bakery? What are those called?
Yeah, pull your ticket. Yeah, your number. I don't know. All
and
right,
it's weird the way it's cut. It's like that roundness around it. It's
much like the sign language
a tuning
interpreter
fork.
or the sketch artist, do we really need the bakery ticket anymore?
We don't.
Do we need to cut down another tree?
You know what I do?
Because people can't wait in a fucking line.
I take the bakery ticket with it looks like a tuning fork almost thing, and I walk around. I pretend I'm looking for water. I'm like,
a divining rod.
Yeah, it's a divining rod.
Yeah.
It's the divining rod of here's your place in line.
Yeah.
Tickets.
Yeah.
Great recall on that Star 80. I think your brain's going to be fried for the week after that.
When we read the definition of that, what happened at the end. All right, we found Biden. We got his clip. Here's
Carolla. Hold on a second. Here's Carolla. 2024, Gloria Allred. A crystal ball. I have a crystal membrane.
I just did the bit. Orny, come on.
I thought it was better the way. Did you do crystal ball was the highlight though?
I know. Listen. I should get way more credit for Crystal Brain. Because she said amazing. Crystal ball. She goes, you don't have a crystal ball.
Yeah,
it was perfect. And I said, I don't need one. I got a crystal brain.
Yeah.
And I can
I gave you the nod.
All right.
So in this clip, Biden starts out by telling the Iowa man he's sedentary. And it ends with him just calling, hey, fat.
Hey, fat's in there.
I love it.
What year is this? As of 5 years ago? Or is campaigning? All right,
this
whatever.
is pre-2020.
All right, here we go. Let's go 5 years ago.
For the president. You're selling access to the president just like he is. So
You're a damn liar, man. That's not true. And no one has ever said that? No one has heard that?
I see it on the TV.
You see it on the TV. No, I know you do. And by the way, that's why I'm not sedentary. I get up and no, let him go. Let him go. Look, the reason I'm running is because I've been around a long time and I know more than most people know. And I can get things done. That's why I'm running. And you want to check my shape on, let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Let's take a nice pizza. No one has said my son has done anything wrong, and I did not on any occasion. And no one has ever said it. Not
I
one.
didn't say you were doing anything wrong.
You said I set up my son to work in an oil company. Isn't that what you said? Get your words straight, Jack.
That's what I hear on MSNBC.
You don't hear that on MSNBC. You did not hear that at all. What you heard. Look, okay, I'm not going to get in an argument with you, man.
Well, I don't want to.
Well, yeah, you do, but Look, fat. Look, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
That's a good way to deal with people, because if you toggle with a heavy-set guy between Jack and fat, you have plausible deniability.
Did he
You know what I mean?
say
Like if-
fat for sure?
Yeah, but he said Jack first.
Okay.
So if there's a fat heckler,
Yeah.
you can go, listen, Jack, this club doesn't pay me to come in and argue with you, fat, okay?
Yeah.
And if they get offended, you can go, I just called him Jack. He may have
Hold
heard
on.
fat.
Are you siding with President Biden right now?
I think he stumbled into a strategy that mimics my strategy. If you have a son and you think he's going to be a baseball player, you name him Lou. That case, if he's ever booed walking out to the mound,
Yeah.
he's got some plausible deniability.
Or Bruce? You ever hear
yeah.
Bruce at Bruce
Yeah,
Springsteen
yeah.
concerts? They chant Bruce. They go, boo. It sounds like they're booing.
Yeah, Lou works for Boo too, but Bruce or Lou. If you think your son's going to play ball, Stu,
Lou.
Stu's tougher. I think you start with Lou, then you go to Bruce. Like I would name my kid like Lou Bruce Campanella.
What about, here's a great baseball name, Boomer.
Yeah.
So, boo.
Well, there's already Boomer Esiason.
There's also a lot of baseball players named Lou.
Well, there's Lou Pinella.
Right.
But I don't think there are any guys now named Lou. That's what I'm saying. We need a fresh batch of Lou's.
What did you name? Can you discuss what you named your kid? Like,
No.
No. Okay.
It's top secret.
Okay. Did you?
Sonny.
Sonny.
Yeah.
Sonny. Yeah, I guarantee Dawson will have that up within 10 seconds.
Yeah. Said Dawson.
Dawson. That's my Boston
Who's
accent.
losing their brain now?
Well.
All right, did we find, so at the end
Sonny,
of Star 80,
come on.
Eric Roberts rapes and murders his
Yes.
wife, Mariel Hemingway, who, by the way, Mariel Hemingway got a boob job for that role.
Come on, really? That's commitment.
She was really flat, and then she got a boob job because the character had big boobs. But I think Mariel Hemingway wanted to get a boob job. You know what I mean? Like certain, like,
Did production pay for it?
God, we got to look into Mariel Hemingway's boob job. She was real flat.
It says some in the media reported that Hemingway had undergone breast augmentation surgery to secure the part.
Yeah.
Why not wear stuff your bra, like a prosthetic or...
But she says,
Well,
I did
she
it
has
for
to
me.
do a lot
I
of-
wouldn't have done it. I would not have done that because of a movie. She said she's claiming she just did it for her.
Timing's a little suspicious, though, right? So she didn't do that when she was in a Woody Allen movie, but she did it later on. Okay. This guy had a sex chair, and he chained her to it.
Well, can we see
and then
it?
killed him with a shotgun. I don't know. Is there any pictures of sex chairs from Eric Roberts? And so it's a real crazy story. But Peter Bogdanovich, the director,
great.
was dating her, and then when she was executed with a shotgun blast by her husband, he was like, "Oh, does she have a younger sister somewhere?" He was like, "Oh yeah, she's back in Canada."
Yeah.
And then he started banging the teenage sister in Canada. By the way, that's all you need to know about Hollywood. They talk a lot about rights and women's rights and Me Too. That's them at their base, hanging out at the mansion. Bogdanovich was probably 42 when he met, 19-year-old Dorothy Stratten, and then
20
took up
years
with
later,
the sister.
he's playing Melfi's psychiatrist on The Sopranos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We all grieve in our own ways.
that's right.
Have you seen this Kevin Spacey documentary?
No, not yet. No.
Oh.
Where's that out?
Well, you gotta see Kevin Spacey's brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I guess Kevin Spacey's dad sexually assaulted the brother, maybe Kevin, we don't know, but the brother admitted to it. And the father held Nazi meetings in the basement.
Wow. Yeah.
But what's
Now I
interesting...
can verify that. I was at 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so young. I didn't really know what was
Didn't
going
matter,
on.
yeah.
Well, I went with my dad, but now, contextually, I can see what happened.
It all
yeah.
makes sense now.
Yeah,
Everything's
well, you
sort
got
of-
to have the Nazi meetings in the basement if you are going to
Yeah.
do it. You don't do it out in the foyer.
But you got to see the documentary because it really, it sort of goes over kind of what Hollywood is like. Kevin basically says to a person, I think, hey, if you don't sleep with me, you'll still have a career, but you're not going to get to this level. And there's always been rumors at Hollywood, and you would know because you go to these secret meetings.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Some of the Nazi meetings?
No, not those, but the Hollywood.
Oh, the Hollywood meetings.
Who do we anoint next? Because if you look in Hollywood, there's a lot of people that are anointed that don't seem like they should be the choice.
Yeah.
And
God knows who Lena Dunham fucked.
Which I don't even know what. Was she in?
What is up? Lena Dunham?
I know who Lena Dunham.
What's up with you two? I'm like bookended by the non-reference twins over here. You're fucking in Hollywood? You don't know who Lena Dunham is?
Yeah, she's, yeah. She was on that sitcom.
You better get some fucking Prevagen, bro.
You
better get on a Prevagen.
Boy, that really.
Get on
That'll be the one thing you remember.
That's not
Prevagen.
a good. That is a picture that looks nothing like Lena Dunham. You found the one non-Lena Dunham picture.
Isn't she the one in the Mamas and the Papas?
Nah, that's why they just pulled a stupid picture where it looks. I wouldn't know that was Lena Dunham. You need a more Lena Dunham picture.
She was in that sitcom.
Girls.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, almost. But you need a kind of back in the day Lena Dunham because she's been out of the loop for a little bit. Anyway, you need to get on a Prevagen drip and maybe actually think about fucking a jellyfish, Orny. Your brain is
I don't think that could even save you.
I don't even.
Yeah. I think I've really struck a chord, and I want to take a moment to apologize.
Yeah.
That I sort of, insinuated by saying that I believe you're not as fast as you were 10 years ago.
That was 18 years ago, I think Gloria Allred was. 18. Yeah, it was 18 years ago.
Wow.
Don't ask me.
Well, so here's the thing.
But everybody slows down. Everybody slows down. And
when Roger Clemens was in his 14th year in the league, he probably lost 2 or 3 miles an hour off his fastball.
Yeah. So you're comparing yourself to one of the greatest pitchers.
I'm saying if you have one of the greatest minds in comedy and you lose a couple of steps, you're still going to be ahead of the Orny Adams of the world or other folks. You know what I'm saying? I'm Roger Clemens and my fastball is now only 96 miles an hour.
I did not mean to hurt you this much. I really, I feel bad. You're lashing out at me. It's okay. You were great. Listen,
can't we just praise my greatness in a bubble? Go, wow, that was one of the greatest put-down interviews of all time. Why do we have to circle back to real time?
Because my thought was, wow, that was brilliant.
It was
that was
brilliant.
Really great. I was proud of you, and then I got kind of sad. And I thought, he's really not what he once was.
There's been 9 references made in this room in the last 20 minutes. There's only one person in this room who's got all the references.
Because you're creating half of them.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm creating
references. Stan. You're like, who? DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Leo's dad. You don't know Stan DiCaprio? You're pulling shit out that means something to your Prevagen brain.
Well, no, you said Mamas and the Papas, and I knew you were talking about...
Mama... Oh, no, that's...
Well, the daughter.
Yeah.
Who you were talking about. I forgot her fucking name.
Prevagen.
All right, we got what?
Mackenzie Phillips.
No, wrong daughter. No. Sorry. Wilson Phillips had the small, the medium, and the large in the women's body department, and the large was Carney Wilson or Carney Asada Wilson. If her friends didn't make fun of her fat ass in the 9th grade by making her Asada in the middle of the name, they left some fucking money on the table, did they not?
Yeah.
All right. Carney Wilson was the big one.
Yeah.
Then it was the fucking blonde, and the blonde was the one that was the Wilson Phillips, or the Phillips, Michelle Phillips' daughter, who was Breeze Phillips or something, whatever. She had a sort of, she had a whatever name. And then there was the middle daughter, but I can't remember who that was.
God, it's so sad when your brain just doesn't come up with stuff
like where you can't think of one of the names from any of the Wilson Phillips members.
Dawson, mark this, because we'll edit this out, right? We don't want people to think he's diminished.
All right, Dawson, you have Chris jumping in on my statement and making himself wrong. All right, we'll find that tape as long as we're going on the atrophy brain run here. Chris is good to go. He's signed off on the 12-ounce gloves and no headgear. All right. But we got to take a break. Yeah, you got to go back and we'll find it. We got all day. All right, Orny Adams here. We got news. She's going to do some tweet-splaining. We'll do all that right after this. What should we have for dinner? Question that always ends with spending too much or takeout or delivery. No, now there's Home Chef. Fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes delivered to your doorstep. Over 30 options a week covering a variety of dietary needs. I'll tell you my favorite, smoky peppercorn beef cheddar burgers. Oh, hear that, smoky. Anytime you hear smoky, I got it. But if I hear burger and smoky together, I am on it like a duck on a June bug. Classic kits with pre-proportioned ingredients, speedy recipes, ready in less than 30 minutes, oven-ready kits with pre-chopped ingredients, and microwave meals in minutes. Save an average of $86 per month on groceries. That's right. You heard it here. Home Chef even has a delicious, kid-friendly family menu with 18 new options per week. So don't spend all that money. Eat right and eat at home with Home Chef. Right, Dawson?
For a limited time, Home Chef is offering our listeners 18 free meals plus free dessert for life. And of course, free shipping on your first box. Go to homechef.com/Adam. That's homechef.com/Adam for 18 free meals and free dessert for life. You heard it right. Homechef.com/Adam. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert.
BetterHelp. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Wow, where's the year gone? I can't believe we're halfway through the year. What about the stuff you wanted to accomplish? How much of it did you get done? Well, therapy. It can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the next 6 months. So we'll make the next 6, we'll make the back 9 better than the front 9. It's a golf reference. Look, if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's convenient. It's flexible. Let's face it, these days, people need therapy. Like back in the day, you didn't need a masseuse or a chiropractor. Now you have one. Well, I'd say therapist is above them on that list. You just fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. It's BetterHelp, right, Dawson?
Take a moment. Visit betterhelp.com/Carolla today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Carolla.
Meter. Well, Father's Day just around the corner. What are my kids going to do for me? I got the perfect gift for the dad, and he doesn't even know he needs this one, but he will never stop using it. Meter. Sleek, smart meat thermometer that guarantees the perfect cook every time. Grilling steaks, roasting a chicken, or smoking a brisket. He'll never undercook or overcook dinner again. And you got to do that because you don't want to stand over the grill the whole time. Head smells like a briquette. You want to head in, watch a little of the game, crack a cold one. And now with Meter, it's like having eyes on that meat the whole time. You can use it in a grill, a smoker, oven, air fryer, rotisserie, wherever you cook. That's Meter. Monitor your food. Use the app, then relax and have another Arnold Palmer. Meter will be watching for you. It's a perfect gift for the dad in your life to level up his barbecue game. It's Meter, right, Dawson?
Shop now on Meter.com for Father's Day specials, including the newest products. Barbecue season is coming up. Get dad grilling and shop at MEATER.com.
And now, Alcoa presents Definitely Not a Jew on the Adam Carolla Show. Dateline, The Villages, Florida. A 57-year-old man was charged with 2 counts of battery and resisting arrest after striking his wife in the face with a salami. Definitely not a Jew.
Orny Adams in studio. Dates all over the place. Visit ornyadams.com if you want to see world-class comedy up close and in person. Yeah. All right. Now, we got some tweet-splaining. We also got some news to get to as well. We'll settle our debate about the November phone call thing Dawson's working on. Also, just as a side note, when people say, I was thinking about this, I heard someone say the other day, assless chaps. And I thought, all chaps are assless.
It's redundant.
If they have an ass, they're called pants.
Right.
Stop saying assless chaps. Just say chaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
it's
need
like,
it.
Yes, it's redundant.
Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detector on the flights, blah, blah, blah. Don't need it. Just tampering. Good. Also, the other thing that's pissing me off at the airport, I don't like extra talk. Did you ever do clear?
I don't do clear. I do TSA pre-check.
I did clear. And when you do clear, they have a little robot, and you put your eyes in it, and they take a picture of your corneas, and then a robot voice says, "Thanks for the picture of your eyes." And you had me a picture. Could just stop.
Right.
Could, like, chaps.
Yeah.
Don't need assless. Robot. We just took a picture.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't need to know the parts.
Don't fly to Canada because they do all the instructions in French too.
Oh.
And it's like, come on, they speak English.
But it's
like,
better than Spanish. We get the Spanish trans out here. Not on the flights, but like if you called in 911, you'd get the English and then the Spanish as well. So, yeah, I agree. More time wasted.
Yeah, good luck calling 911 in the city. It ought to just be a suggestion box at this point.
Yeah.
911, what's your suggestion?
My suggestion is you hire an operator.
Yeah, there's somebody holding up...
a machete. He's on my porch.
Yeah.
All right, drop it in the box. We'll see if we can get to
send
it.
somebody.
Yes.
In Arizona, that doesn't happen.
Nope. Broken windows. All right,
Ooh,
Theory.
Malcolm Gladwell reference.
Thank you.
Do you know who Malcolm Gladwell is?
I do. Well, I booked him on this show.
Been on this show. All right.
Okay.
We got some tweet-splaining. You want to get into that, Orny?
You know, I have a gripe before we get into this.
Okay.
Every time I come in here, I bring a cup of coffee, and it's in a nice cup, and they force me, arm behind my back,
Saw that, yeah.
to put it in this.
A mug with my name on it.
Mug.
Yeah.
And we all have the same mug, and I realize this is socialism.
Forcing you to drink from my mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you put the show on YouTube. Like, oh, God. You know what drove me the most insane? You reminded me of something.
Yeah, no, that's what I do.
When you do a TV show, you always get the mug. Even if they put water in your mug. You do the late night shows or the whatever shows, they have the mug with the show logo on the mug. And when I was doing a movie, we shot a late night TV show set, and the set dresser got a mug. One of them was just like orange, and then the other one was like paisley. And I was like, "There's the mugs from your late night show." And I said, "Those are just rando coffee mugs. You need one with the logo of the show on it." No one, and they go, then they do this one, they go, "They use mugs on late night shows." Not random coffee mugs from your mom's house. Just regular. These are just regular mugs. They would have mugs with the show logo on it, and they go, "Well, we don't have that."
Yeah.
And I go, "Yeah, I know you don't have that, but we're not just going to have random." Have you seen 10 minutes of late night TV like ever in your life? You're a set dresser, and then the worst part is the chick goes, "Okay, well, I'll take these back to the rental house then." I'm like, "You rented?"
Yeah.
You rented random coffee mugs.
The worst is when
for a late. By the way, the story was this guy's the king of late night. He's got the #1 late night show on in America, and you just rented just two random mugs, ceramic mugs.
Have you ever been like on a set?
What the fuck is your job?
Or like in a movie, and you can see the price tag is still on there, or a label?
We don't go with the mini pearl mug.
Another reference none of us are going to get.
Not Chris?
Nope.
Orny?
No.
Dawson, mini pearl mug with the price tag?
Yeah, Minnie Pearl. She was on Hee Haw or whatever, and she had the price tag hanging from her hat.
I should have got that.
Her shtick was she always had
she
the
had
price
big pearls,
tag hanging from her bonnet.
Good
Yeah,
reference.
I didn't know that.
We just lost
Come
half
on,
the
we got the
listeners.
Prevagen twins over here trying to gang up on me.
Hold on a second. Hold
Mini
on.
Pearl.
Hang on a second. Hold on. I got the. What's that? I got the producer in my ear. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. There we go.
Oh, yeah, brand out.
Yeah, brand the labels.
Get the label out.
Yeah.
All right, should we do some tweet-splaining?
Yeah.
Do we have an intro for that?
It's time to tweet-splain. It's not really a game. It's just where we ask you to explain your tweet. Tweet-splain.
Yeah, Orny's a good tweeter.
Yeah.
So let's put one up.
I'm an Xer.
All right. Chance of doing shows in Vegas and not seeing one person in the audience passed out is 0.
Yeah.
What do you think, Orny?
I think it still holds up.
You
What do you
notice
think?
that I've only been doing Kimmel's Club recently, and I did see like a 23-year-old chick napping.
Yeah.
I don't think she was passed out. She was just catching some Z's.
That's passed out.
Like she'd probably heard the Halloween bit.
Yeah.
And this was late
July.
Well, it was late May. Yeah. And so she just said, you know what? I got to go to work tomorrow. I'm just going to catch up on some Z's.
When I walk around Las Vegas during the day and I see the people with those tall hurricane, big tube drinks, I think they're going to be at the show later, passed out.
Yeah.
In the late show, and what I don't understand is they're paying $75 a ticket to sleep.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much louder and more engaging I could be.
No, Orny's very, very, lot of volume on stage.
A lot of volume.
Brings it.
Yeah.
Doesn't even really, he's really one of the few comedians that does not need amplification.
Thank you.
Because of the size of the venues.
You still got it.
I still got it.
Meanwhile, we're playing the same venues. I don't see you playing any venues bigger than me.
Oh, it's so
and
sad.
I see,
Oh, it's so sad.
I see a lot of comps for your shows Thursday nights.
Sad, very sad.
You and 100 of your best friends are invited to see
right.
Adam Carolla
Bring
at
your
the Jimmy
hurricane.
Kimmel Comedy Club.
Bring your yards of hurricane in here. All right.
All right, next one.
Next one.
Sliced Gouda ruined Gouda for me.
That was this week.
So this is still hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, explain that one, because I feel like the sliced helped almost everything for me. All the other strains of cheese.
Okay, but with Gouda, have you had sliced Gouda?
I don't know if I've had Gouda or Havarti, or how close Havarti is to Gouda, like what family Gouda is in.
The problem is this was meant as a serious sort of
let's get into it.
dissertation on cheese and our society and our need to sort of present different products in different shapes. You know, we've all heard my big bit about the different shapes of French fries. So maybe I'm transitioning into this, okay? But what it turned into was a bunch of people on all forms of social media sort of mocking it, not giving it the respect it deserves. In fact, one person underneath it wrote, "That's Gouda Vice."
Oh, yeah.
And it became a lot of...
Fucking Germans.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Yeah.
You had a great tweet today. You had a great tweet. It almost got me. It
Really?
almost got me. Yeah,
The hell was
somebody... I don't know why people can't figure out your and your. Okay, there's your... It's a conjunction, right? R-E for you are.
I don't know yours, or I barely know the theirs.
There's there, and there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know that part.
No, there and there. There's two, and two.
Yeah, I grew up illiterate, so I really didn't have a
That's
handle
why
on that
I was
one.
fascinated that you know the difference between your and your. You're barely
didn't.
educated.
He was wrong.
No,
Orny.
that was the joke.
Okay.
She was wrong. She wrote your. Look at it. That's the genius of it.
Listen, I don't.
Unless you. But wait a minute. Does
Yes.
it turn out you guys are both buffoons and don't know?
I don't get the spelling Nazis on Twitter. People write stuff, sometimes stuff spell corrects and stuff like that. It sounds the same. It reads the same. If you set it off a teleprompter, it would sound the same. Why do people get so granular with spelling on Twitter?
Because it's all they have.
Oh,
But if
okay.
you understand intention, what's
If you're just saying, like when
Adam
I called
said-
everyone
Wait a minute.
pussies, all right.
Wait a minute. I think you were maybe unintentionally brilliant. She misused your. She did your with the conjunction. You are.
I don't even know
right?
where this was
I
sent
see
out.
Orny's point.
All right, let's see it. What is
But,
it?
okay. We can put it up. It's
All right. Well, you can read it too, right?
No, put it
So
up because
she says-
visually, it's really
She says, or he says, your, with the contraction, your ability to see ahead 1 or 2 decades is phenomenal. He says, your ability, he uses it wrong. You quoted it and replied, you're sweet. And you also used it
I did that on purpose.
No, I don't think you did. I don't think you did. There's no way.
Oh, you're
right?
kidding?
Yeah.
After all my references, you don't think I have that kind of facile brain?
Unbelievable.
I knew what I was doing. Absolutely.
I was going to text you.
I was valedictorian at North Hollywood High, 1982. I ended up getting a master's degree.
Look me square in the eye.
Listen,
and tell me
Fat,
that was
you want to do some push-ups right now, Fat?
Okay, listen, Jack. Yeah, Fat Jack.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And his wife, who could eat no lean.
Hold on. Let's take 30 seconds for to name a bunch of tools to make yourself feel better. Why don't you name some chainsaws and the
remember the Colbert Report? Leaving the T silent? That was my idea.
But admit on the air right now, you did not. You misused your, and I thought it was brilliant.
I did it for comedic effect.
No, you're saying that now that I pointed out.
Person.
Bullshit. You just said you're against the shaming.
It's unprovable, so we just have to move on.
That's unbelievable. I thought this Adam guy is that was one of the smartest tweets you've ever done.
I just use
can I give you some advice?
I use YOUR for every your. I just go your. That's the only your I'll use.
You gotta.
That's the only one I'll ever use is pretty much your.
You've got to stick to your uninformed political tweets.
Yes,
you can't do this grammar stuff.
I'm not doing grammar stuff.
Apparently.
I did a twist on it, though.
I thought it was so smart. I was going to come in here and congratulate you.
Yeah.
Turns out it was 2 idiots misusing your in the same conversation.
No, I knew what I was doing.
No.
You don't think this man knows how to turn a phrase? I understood.
Hey, to redeem yourself, tell us the different with the paint rollers. The different.
You got weenie rollers. There's different naps on full-size rollers. You got sponge rollers.
Yeah.
Then you got the stuff. You want to use a 3/4
Get
nap
yourself
for
hard
rough
again.
surfaces. Like if you're going with like let's just say there's a knockdown surface. You know, someone's troweled on, done a knockdown finish on your home. You want to go with at least a 3/4 nap. Always use a 6-foot extension.
Yeah.
Always put a screen in a 5-gallon bucket. You understand?
And always use your
Purdy brushes are good for cutting in.
You are.
But check them and make sure they're good for latex paints.
This is Adam Carolla from the paint aisle in Home Depot.
And now,
or Lowe's.
And now,
depending where you are politically.
You're informed.
Yes.
See how I did that?
Yeah.
All right.
That might be my favorite tweet conversation. I thought it was the one from Stuttering John today, talking about slushies, but it turns out
I didn't find that. I wasn't as attracted to that as you.
I thought it was really.
I wasn't. I thought it was great. I didn't find it was remarkable, but I pretty much have one your. It's YOUR.
On that note, Orny, Adam also on Twitter does not know how to use commas.
I mean,
Someone
we
gave
all
him
make
praise.
grammatical mistakes.
Someone gave him praise and said, I met my hero, Adam Carolla. Thank you for everything. And Adam quoted it and tweeted, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Instead of no. Thank you.
I would use a period there, maybe. Or there's a comma or period?
You need a comma there.
What about a period? Would a period work?
No, thank you. Yes, a period would work.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You didn't do that either.
No, I understand.
Okay.
I understand what I did. Yes. I'm saying I would say no, period, thank you, if I thought this was going to be evaluated.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Now,
let me just explain.
The whole thing about tweets is to me it's just shorthand shit. You just it's almost like like when I was on a construction site, I didn't speak the Queen's English. It was just short stuff about getting people to do this or do that or reply or whatever. Why so grammatically? Why the obsession with the enforcement grammatically when we're having this kind of shorthand chat?
And it's almost like your signature. Like a lot of celebrities have other people tweet for them, but if there's a misspelling or grammatical error, it's like, oh, that's Adam.
That's their thing. Like, you love to correct people about how they do stuff around their house. So what's the difference?
Well, the difference is I don't walk into your house every day and do it. I sit in my house. I know, but you're now in my house, like, correcting me. And also, I don't know what it gets the person who does the correcting. Well, you know what I mean?
I'll save you time. If you just go the letters UR It's shorthand. It can mean either or. You're saving yourself time.
You are. Yeah, so just...
You are, and then sweet. The letters you are, and then sweet. And it
Oh.
can be,
I don't know.
you
all
are
right,
for anything.
you are. I don't know. I don't like all the short stuff for some reason. I don't like all the LOLs.
This to me
and the
looks
yours.
like two of the dumbest people on Grindr having a conversation.
Hey, you're lucky I didn't say you're sweat.
This is, yeah. But what we have here is somebody who misused your,
Yeah.
and then a guy that I thought was comedically being brilliant. Turns out,
I was, but shouldn't
just as dumb as the
can't
person
we always give
tweeting.
a nod to the shorter version of everything?
Well, why
Can
not
we do that? Like, are you allowed to say okay and just write okay instead of okay and an A and a Y? Like, can we give a nod to shorter?
Well, how about
Whatever's
this?
shorter, that means you're covered.
How about you do this? Before we were taught what your and your, the difference, okay, when we were like in second grade, we would do you, the letter R. I propose moving forward so you save yourself from this deep pre-Prevagen mistake that you do your, like a little
You
kid.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but aren't there UR codes now? This could be confusing.
I don't know. No. This no
right.
URL. But what? Why
Well,
did you
UR
call?
code's an underwriter's laboratory.
Why
Yeah.
did you call another man sweet? I mean, that's a little.
Yeah, like the guy
soft.
wrote something nice.
Yeah, kind to you, or
Yeah.
appreciate that.
I appreciate it. That's too big.
You're sweet.
He's sweet. Well, what did he say? He said something very nice. He said, you are...
Met my hero Adam Carolla today. I've been a.
Oh,
It's the your sweet one. We'll put it back up.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't...
Okay. This is from Steve. Your ability to see ahead 1 or 2 decades is phenomenal, and your ability to come up with
apartments.
with apt yet hilarious metaphors instantly is one of the reasons science should study that brain of yours. After you're done with it, of course. And
my crystal
that yours-
brain.
And I got to be honest with
Wrong,
you,
too.
Steve has a point. Your brain 10 years ago was on fire.
That was 18 years ago.
Was 18 years ago was
Yeah.
even more on fire.
I know.
Now, will this tweet stand up from what you're saying today in 10 years? I say no. I say unless you get on that Prevagen, daily intake,
Yeah.
you should be eating just jellyfish.
Just jellyfish.
Yeah, you should be on the jellyfish diet.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
To get that function back. Well, now here's the question.
Yeah.
Much like when Tyson fought Roy Jones.
Junior. Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's a comedian.
Sorry, Roy Jones Jr. Yeah.
it?
No, I think it is a junior.
Okay.
Roy Jones Jr. But there's only one Roy Jones who Tyson fought. I thought I was the brevity. It's the soul of wit. I was shortening things because everyone knows Tyson fought Roy
Oscar
Jones. They know
Wilde
they didn't
quote.
fight his dad. Yes, thank you.
Oscar Wilde quote.
That's true. Yeah, I love those dogs.
Yeah.
The point is this. That was two 45, 48-year-old guys going at it, right? So when Gloria Allred comes back for another ass whooping, she will be 18 years older than she was the first time she went up against my brain. So it's going to be an even fight.
Yeah.
She's also lost a few miles an hour off her fastball.
Yeah, no, I still, I don't doubt that you're still ahead of her. There's no question about that.
Right. But I couldn't. Her daughter's also a lawyer. And maybe she would be out of my league. Maybe I'd be fighting
love
out
to
of my
see
weight
that.
class. Yeah. Her daughter looks exactly like her.
What about your daughter, Sunny, going up against her daughter? Like sort of like the kids, avenging their.
Yeah. Yeah. Like in Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Avenge me! Yeah.
Like Creed
Do
2.
you ever say things that your kids, do they ever come to you and say, Dad, you can't say that? Do they censor you?
No. They don't care. Well, I don't tell them things. I don't speak to them as frankly as I speak to you.
But don't they hear things? Don't their friends come up and say, did you hear what your dad said? Do they ever get embarrassed? I mean, it's just natural that
They're not
kids.
fans. They don't follow my work that closely. Like my son will be like, he likes Tucker Carlson. So I'll go, well, I did an hour-long interview with Tucker Carlson last week, and he'll go, okay. I go, well, you should listen to it if you like Tucker Carlson. He'll go, okay. And then I'll call him at night, and he always takes long walks, and he just walks around. And I'll call him. I'll go, what are you doing? And he goes, look, taking a walk. And I'll go, what do you listen to? Podcast? I'll go, oh, have you listened to me and Tucker Carlson? No. And then I'll call him a month later, and he'll go, he's walking around. He's listening to, God, what was that Truman Capote book we were talking about? In Cold Blood. He was listening to a Truman Capote book on audio on a walk. And I'll be like, yeah, I listen to podcasts. I listen to books. I'll go, okay. You like Tucker Carlson? Yeah. You ever listen to your dad interview him? No. Okay.
Must drive you nuts.
I don't care.
Yeah.
No, I'm used to it because of my dad and my mom are like where I come from. I'm used to it. They're not into it. I don't know why that is. If somebody said, okay, when I was young, I'd be like, Adam, who do you like? Evel Knievel. Oh, did you know your dad sat down for an hour-long interview with Evel Knievel? I'd be like, are you fucking nuts? Where is it?
Yeah.
I want to hear my dad talking to Evel Knievel.
But it sounds like you guys are politically aligned. Can you imagine if he was like Michael J. Fox in Family Ties?
Well, Michael J. Fox in Family Ties
was conservative, but I'm saying,
right. Yeah.
What if it was flipped? What if your son was,
Greta Thunberg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or just...
Hold on, Chris, you know who that is?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Orny?
Yeah, of course.
You got
Yeah,
reference? Okay, just checking.
User and lyrics.
I don't comment. Is she 18 yet? Because I'm not going to comment.
We can comment.
Yeah.
Okay. But what if your kid, and I don't know if your daughter is, but sounds like he's all in. So you did all right.
Yeah, he's pretty, well, what he is he's super pragmatic. And if you're super pragmatic, you'll end up being more conservative because you're just pragmatic. You're not really into feelings and all that kind of stuff. It's just like what works, what doesn't work, what's going to work. So he's
chip off the old block.
Wildly pragmatic. And my daughter's pretty that way too. But anyway, they have no idea what I say all day.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I envision maybe they would come to you and say, you can't say that. You've got to, kids are making fun of me, but that's great.
No, get nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's no adults in the house.
I don't know what they know, to be honest. I don't know what they've read. I don't know what books they've read. My son told me he made it about 3/4 of the way through an audiobook. Oh. He made it 3/4 of the way through, I don't know, 50 years or Not Taco Bell material or something. He told me, I think my son dabbles a little bit, but he consumes that way. He listens to audiobooks and he listens to podcasts and things like that. Not mine per se, but they'll be sprinkled in. My daughter's out having fun. She's not into all that shit.
Do you regret having kids?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. It sounds horrible.
If they were listening, obviously I couldn't give you an honest answer. But yes, it's a big mistake.
Yeah, I mean, Eminem called out his kids in this latest song, Houdini. So I can imagine.
Yeah, it's something I live with. You know what I mean?
It sounds
I wake
horrible.
up every day with that regret. And then stuff comes up like graduations and birthdays, and you got to get the checkbook out, and you got to get in your car. It's a real burden.
I'd cut them off.
It's a real burden.
Off.
Yeah.
I've cut my nieces and nephews off.
No, it's something I lament and I joke a lot about on this show, but yeah.
It's painful.
It's tough.
The good thing is your mental acuity is not what it once was. So with your diminished, numb, non-Prevagen brain, it's not hurting as much as it would have 18 years ago when you had crystal brain come back.
Oh yeah, I definitely knew. It stung more having kids a few years back.
Yeah.
I was able to really take it all in.
I see my friends that have kids and how much can go wrong.
Oh, it's all it is.
And it's like what if they ended up in a cult or something?
No doubt. I mean, I'm sure of it. They're heading there right now.
I mean, your daughter's out having fun. She might be in that dance cult. I just saw that documentary.
She may end up in a cult. Yeah, I mean, it look, worst decision of my life.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. And again, that's how you know they don't listen.
Yeah.
All right, we got the controversial clip, the audio clip ready from the controversy.
From earlier today.
Thoughts and prayers for Chris. Okay, so to be clear, this is from what year?
Oh, this is from
November of 2006.
Well, that was the event.
No, this is the call.
Oh, that's the call. Mm-hmm. Well, then when did the event happen?
And what happened to this lawsuit? Did it go anywhere?
It's possible Chris is wrong about something.
That's highly unlikely.
It's highly unlikely. November 17th is the event, right? I don't know. No, we don't know. I remember hearing that the actual
November
event.
17th is the event.
All right, but didn't you tell me 10 seconds ago this?
It wouldn't.
Well, she called in after the event.
I would assume so.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But so she could have called in December.
I'm
or
seeing
could
on
have been
November 29th, 2006.
All right, so she called in after 2 weeks after the thing went down, or 10 days, or
She
whatever.
was working hard over Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she was.
By the way,
you got misinformation,
How
Chris.
I said November of 2006.
Let's not dress down the
play
employees.
it back. I said it was November
when a
16th,
guest
and I
is
said that
here.
wasn't the call, that was the event.
Yeah, and then she called it November of 2006, 2 weeks after. It's still the same month.
All right, I said November 2000, and I said November
Chris is
16th,
right.
and you said that was the call.
Wait,
I said, no, that was
hold the
event.
clip. Mute the clip.
I think that's right. I think Chris is right.
Woo!
Now, the question is, what was Orny referring to? Because he goes, what is this? Or what is this?
Okay, so to
And
be
he's
clear, this
referring
is
to-
from what year?
Oh, this is from...
November of 2006.
Well, that was the event.
No, this is the call.
Oh, that's the call. But you said no, which you should have said and. It was both. Because
God damn it.
that was the only.
Is this
that's
a
the only
clean win
tweak
for
there.
Chris or not?
I think it's a pretty clean
Yeah,
win for Chris.
congratulations.
But he should have
Thank you.
said
Big
no because they were both from November 2006.
Let's close the Ace Awards out with that.
Yes. All right. Do we got a little bit of news to get to before Cesar comes in?
Yeah, certainly. So there's a few restaurants that are closing down. Rubio's Baja Grill has shut down a lot of locations.
Kind of like that Rubio's.
Yeah, big great carne asada. No, it's fish taco place.
Yeah.
And they said it's because of the rising cost of business, minimum wage, everything.
Oh, is this in California?
Yes.
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 Yes. Minimum.
So-
I know Orny's a big fan of governors who raise the minimum wage to $20 and then all the businesses go out of
Who
work,
said I was
and
a
then
big fan
You
of
love
that?
it. I know that. I know what you love.
You don't know what I love.
I know what you love.
You know
love
less
that.
about me than you know about Sonny.
I feel like less is still too much. The
Well-
point is they raised the minimum wage to $20 an hour, and now everyone's
afford to
getting
stay
laid
open.
off.
Right.
Yeah.
And they had
smart.
to lay off people. So there's also another restaurant, Red Lobster. Remember, they announced bankruptcy as well.
Yep.
But they have a new ambassador trying to keep Red Lobster open.
I'm going with Shaq. Got to be black.
Okay.
You cannot
You can
be
check that
white.
box?
Yes. No. There is no such thing as Donnie Most for Red Lobster. Did you get the reference?
Yeah, it's my cousin. I'm actually related to Donnie Most.
Are you?
Yeah.
Chris, Donnie Most reference?
No, don't know.
Happy days.
Happy days.
Thank
that's
you
right.
very much. He's my
Donnie
cousin.
Most is the whitest man on the planet.
Bum, bum.
Is he really your cousin?
Bum, bum. He is. He is. When I was young, I got a signed picture from the entire cast of Happy Days.
Because
Can you
Donnie
imagine?
Most is your cousin.
Yeah, all my first cousins are redheads.
Why even working anymore? You got Donnie Most for a cousin. I'd just be.
Donnie Most isn't working anymore.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Ralph?
Yeah.
All right.
Ralph Malph.
Ralph
from Happy
Malph.
Days.
Ralph Malph.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a whole side of the family that's redheads.
Wow. I didn't know you came from royalty.
I do.
That's amazing.
No, you don't get as far as I did in show
That's
business
so are you a
without
Nepo
having
baby?
some connections.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
All right, so
Raise minimum wage to 30.
got to be black.
Yep.
R. Kelly's off the list.
Off.
And now P. Diddy's off the list.
Boy, he's going to do jail time, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, seriously.
Oh, yeah. That's not looking good.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. But black.
Gloria
That's all I
Allred is
got.
That's all you
him.
got.
all I
Well, that's
got.
all you need. So he's trying to save the chain, especially its cheddar biscuits. So he went to a Red Lobster that was still open and bought every single item on the menu.
Oh, feels shacky.
Every item on the menu.
Yeah, and he wants to.
Athlete?
No, musician. And he's trying to, get the word out for everyone to save
There's
the
a
biscuits.
black.
Oh,
Do you know the black pirate R. Kelly? Have you met that guy? He's a rapper.
is it Snoop Doggy Dog? Snoop Diggity?
You're closer. I think it's Flava Flav.
Well, but we didn't get to finish guessing.
we're
Flavor
done.
Flav.
Flavor
All right.
Flav There's no way. That chain is done.
Why is Flava Flav a star? Does anyone ever stop and ask that question? There is no white version of Flava Flav, like sort of weird, talentless, never really done anything 20 years and just kind of shows up everywhere and everyone goes, hey, Donnie Mose, right this way. Why are you waiting in line? Right this way.
And he's outdated technology, much like the courtroom sketch.
That's right.
He's wearing a clock around his chest. Analog. When we all have right on our phones the time. What time is
redundant.
it? Yeah. He ought to put a digital...
Yeah.
You ought to wear his iPhone.
Analog would be a horrible porn name for a girl.
The fact that you came up with analog, it makes me think.
Prevagen.
Prevagen's work?
Prevagen. All right.
So you guys were talking about airports earlier. So LAX, according to sources like the Sheriff's Department, may be the drug smuggling gateway of the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so they said that cartels and they're done with the private flights and sneaking it in. They can just do it through LAX. Police have found just luggage filled with drugs, not even hidden, like inside clothes, just filled with drugs anyway.
So we're just totally fucked because the cartels are like way more powerful than they ever were. Like they made, they made like 500 million last year in human trafficking. And they made like 5 billion this year in human trafficking. Like we are just totally weaponizing and supersizing them.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a picture of Donnie and Orny. Oh, there they are.
Which one's which?
I got to tell you something.
Found a picture of Orny Adams that looks nothing like Orny Adams, which is a weird.
I look kind of hot there.
That's what I'm saying.
But do you see the smirk in her eyes? We're both screwing the lens with our eyes.
Yeah.
I can't believe he didn't go further.
I'm standing by Donnie Most is a good reference for one of the whitest guys ever to be born. What is he doing?
I have no contact with him.
Doing Love Boat probably at some point? I had to do a Love Boat.
I saw him, or he was at a comedian's house. I won't say who, female comedian. And I said, I think I went up to him and I said, we're related. And he could care less, much like your Tucker Carlson interviewing your son. I just saw a glazed...
This is Adam Carolla talking here.
Yeah.
Freaking Adams.
I'm the Roger Clemens.
He probably saw by how you're dressed that you wanted to borrow money or something like that. You went up to Donnie Most and you said, we're related, and he gave you the hi-hat?
It was in the kitchen at a party, I remember. Oh. It was really the moment I knew my Hollywood dreams.
I like when people go,
over.
You won't mention the name of like this is an indictment of Sarah Silverman if you walked into her kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like the comedian's on the hook in any way, shape, or form. People are too fast with, I'm not going to mention the name, but it's like, they do that. Actors do it all the time. They go, I got the part for this part. And they go, who else went out for the part? They go, I'm not going to mention anybody. And it's like, oh, so what? Someone went on audition and you got the part. What?
Because I'm not 100% sure it was. Well,
if you had the Prevagen drip.
I'll tell you something. Well, here's the thing. I never had it. So, you know what I mean? You're like a hot chick.
You never had a fastball.
No, fast brain. So you're like the hottest girl in high school, and now you lost it.
Yeah, I was smoking hot in high school, but I didn't use sunscreen, and I was a chain smoker, and now I'm in my 40s.
Couple of kids.
Crapped out a C-section scar.
Not a husband cheating on her.
Had to have a couple moles removed from the back of my neck. Yeah, eating my feelings. And here we are.
You ever do this?
Peppermint schnapps.
Yeah, I go back and I'll look at who was the hot chick in high school. I look at them now, and I think, I won.
Oh, yeah.
I won.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Well, I look at you, like in the bathroom, there's old pictures of you. One, you think you're James Dean on a tricycle. There's another one where you're a muff diver. And I just see...
greatness.
Then.
Former greatness.
Yeah. And I see a guy whose face has been wrecked by his kids who have no respect for him. And,
Look, I don't want to... The list is long. You can watch footage of Terry Bradshaw beating the Rams in the 79 Super Bowl, and then you can see him now with his bald head and his gray hair walking out, dragging his knee up on stage. It happens to the best of us.
Yes.
Yeah. One day time will come for you.
Oh, I'm sure it will, but until then, I will mock... People like you.
All right. Are you hanging around for Cesar Millan?
Probably need me to.
Yeah, probably.
hang around.
I'll screw his name up and get everything wrong.
I mean, how many questions do we have prepared for dog training?
Well, I was just counting on my crystal brain pulling me out of the mire, but now I'm not so certain.
Yeah.
So you should have some cued as well.
What technique is that? The way you hold that highlighter? It's a very
Different kind of grip.
spectrum-y looking.
Well,
Grip.
when I'm left-handed and I find myself when I highlight stuff smearing stuff. When you're left-handed, you can't write on dry erase boards. You can't write on chalkboards. Your hand will smear what you wrote.
Yeah.
So I tend to hold it. Also, my hand is busted up. So I tend just to hold it like I'm holding a wooden spoon asking for more porridge.
How did you bust your hand up?
Boxing and construction,
Yeah.
probably.
You know what I realized?
Both hands, by the way.
I had to have surgery on my knee. After shooting Teen Wolf the movie, I injured myself on the set. And Paramount sent me to a doctor, and the doctor said, I would do surgery. They're going to pay for it. We'll send cars everywhere to take. We'll pay for your physical therapy.
Yeah.
They'll pay for every...
Paramount's dime.
Yeah, and we'll pay disability during the whole time. And, you know, I don't get a lot of work, so I go, all right, disability, I'll take it. So... but the guy's like, I said, it doesn't feel that bad. Do I really need it? And he said, they're going to pay for it. You should do it. And you never know, like in 10 years, 15 years, you might develop a limp. And that's when I realized rich people don't limp.
No.
You've never seen like a rich guy limping onto the yacht,
No, that's
like,
a
come
good
on,
point.
everybody. But people like you with your hands, like you hold a highlighter like this, like,
Yeah.
You see the guy who works on my roof. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no limping onto the private jet.
No, you're right.
Yeah. Rich people can
I've
afford
had
the
to, I've had to
surgery.
work with my hands,
Yeah.
I've done damage.
Oh, we've heard the stories.
Yeah. You've never injured your hand patting yourself on the back over and over again? There's no repeated trauma.
Okay, hey, Dawson, pull the comparison of himself to Roger Clemens. One of the greatest pitchers of all
we got
time.
a real guest waiting out there. Cesar Millan is waiting out there. We'll talk to him. Get your dog questions ready, and we'll do that right after this. Stamps.com. There are no-brainer decisions like getting hash browns. Come on, people. Don't argue with me. And if you want to make decisions for your company, here's another no-brainer. Stamps.com. Stamps.com mobile app is like having a post office in your pocket. All you need is a computer and a printer. Schedule pickups right through the dashboard. We've used these guys for years. I mean, over a decade here at Carolla Digital. All the merch, all the books, everything we send out's with Stamps.com. Rates you can't get anywhere else, up to 89% off a U.S. Postal Service and UPS rates. Make the same no-brainer decision as over 1 million other businessmen have, and businesswomen, with Stamps.com. Use the promo code Adam for a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a free digital scale. No commitments, no contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the home page, and enter the code Adam. Well, doesn't it seem like every week there's a major leak of customer info from phone or healthcare or other companies? That's right. People are getting all your information these days. I mean, they ain't breaking into your home anymore. They're getting your info. Well, that's where Orie comes in. All-in-one online safety solution helps protect your information about you, your family, and it stops it from being sold to data brokers. Data brokers are legally required to remove your personal information if you ask, but they make it difficult and time-consuming. Orie does the work for you. Orie also helps reduce annoying robocalls, telemarketers, and junk mail by sending takedown requests on your behalf. Plus, Orie monitors for identity theft before it happens and scans the dark web for your email addresses, passwords, social security number, and other sensitive information. So protect yourself with Orie, right, Dawson?
For a limited time, Orie is offering our listeners a 14-day trial plus a free check of your data to see if your personal information has been leaked online, all for free, while you visit Orie.com/trust. That's aura.com/trust to sign up for a 14-day free trial and start protecting you and your loved ones. AURA.com/trust. Certain terms apply. Be sure to check the site for details.
Just thrive. Life can be overwhelming, and it's not just your mind that suffers. Stress messes with your digestive system and your immune system, too. Just Calm, the breakthrough new stress-busting formula from Just Thrive, exclusive mood-lifting blend, is clinically proven to help you relax and breathe easier in as little as 4 weeks. And I love the award-winning Just Thrive probiotic. I take it every day, and it makes a difference. I love the couple that started this company. They're passionate about their product. I've spoken to them about it. This is a labor of love for them. Just Thrive's a spore-based probiotic with 1,000 times better survivability than most probiotics, banishes bloat and constipation in your gut so you can produce serotonin. That's your happy hormone. Plus, it supports better sleep. I take it. You should take it too. Just Thrive. All, by the way, with a money-back guarantee. Right, Dawson?
Right now, when you go to JustThriveHealth.com and use promo code Adam, you can get 20% off a 90-day bottle of Just Thrive Probiotic and Just Calm. That's like getting a month for free. And a portion of every purchase goes to Vitamin Angels, a nonprofit organization that saves the lives of millions of children and moms-to-be around the world by ensuring they get the vitamins and minerals they need to stay healthy and strong. To learn more about this groundbreaking company, don't miss Adam's interview with Tina Anderson, founder of Just Thrive. Take control today with Just Thrive. It's time for Nicaraguan Name That Movie with Adam's buddy Oswaldo. See if you can guess which movie this famous line is from.
Avenge me! Avenge me!
If you said Red Dawn.
Avenge me! Avenge me!
You're correct. Now, back to the show.
Cesar Millan is in here. The Dog Whisperer's got a collar, he's got a show, he's got a story. I'm very interested in hearing about all of them. I was reading at the bottom of your page, but first the show, Cesar Millan, better human, better dog. And this collar we'll get into, this piece of technology as well. But first, interested in your story. Says you just walked across the U.S. border when you were 21 with
21 years old.
With $100
My
in
father's
your pocket.
All savings, his whole life savings.
And then
$100.
it says he befriended Jada Pinkett-Smith shortly after arriving in Los Angeles.
Not shortly. Years later. Years
I
later.
think that's the problem I was confused about.
No, not shortly. No, you just walk in America. Hey, Jada, what's up?
Hey, Jada.
I speak no English at that time.
I met Jada in San Diego, and the rest was history. So
No, I met her. I met her in here.
So where in Mexico did you grow up?
Sinaloa.
Sinaloa. Oh,
So
they got some cartels over there.
That's right. I grew up in the cartel world.
Is it more dangerous now, or?
Yeah, it's more dangerous now. Yeah, definitely, because this. Before it used to be one controlling everything, one pack leader to everybody.
Yeah.
The Federation. I grew up in the Federation time. So if you watch Netflix 3, that's the time that I grew up. So Señor de los Cielos, El Chapo, everybody was there. I went to school with their kids. So that was my childhood.
So you couldn't go back to your old neighborhood now, right?
I haven't. I'm from Culiacan, Sinaloa. So I left Culiacan when I was 21. I haven't been back since.
What if you became the cartel whisperer?
You certainly need one.
Hey guys, there's rules, bounds, there's limitations. It's about trust, respect, love.
Stop with the fentanyl. Knock it off. Nice job at Petco.
Right? Yeah.
So walk here. The $100 that was all your dad could save. $100 cash, and you walked across the border.
It took me 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, I left on December 23rd.
How'd you get
so
across?
I spent Christmas and New Year's at the border. I jumped. Finally, a coyote guy, come to me and say, "You want to cross the border? I charge you $100." And so that's all I had. And that's all I had. And once we crossed, they said, "Hey, I'm gonna get a taxi so it can take you to San Diego downtown." And I said, "I have no money." So the coyote ended up paying $20 to the taxi guy. So when I wrote the first book, I said the angels that you can see. So you mentioned Jada, but the coyote was, for me, an angel. you know, because they charged me $100, and then he charged me $20.
Yeah.
You know, for me to, he gave me $20 so I can just go into Chula Vista. It wasn't not even San Diego, so I you know, stayed 2 months under the freeway.
Orny, don't you feel like in a world where we tip everybody, don't you feel like coyotes should be tipped? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I've never heard of them giving a discount.
Well, no,
right,
I pick up Thai food, and the bitch who hands it to me behind the counter wants a tip.
Yeah.
Right. We need
You know
to
what
get
I mean?
these coyotes.
The Starbucks, she pours you a regular medium-sized coffee, you got to tip her.
Right.
But the guy who sees your passage across the Rio
Yeah,
Grande or
you
the
have to tip
border,
them. Don't-
there should be coyote
Have you not seen the Dawson? Pull up the video of the people that come over the border, and then they go to charge it, and the guy turns
The iPad
the
around.
screen around for the tip. The
so they
coyotes
do have a tip.
The coyotes have that setup with the.
but not back in Caesar's day.
No.
No, that was 33 years ago.
No,
I guess there was no tipping for coyotes.
Yeah.
No,
So
but things have changed.
So how you get in, you go to San Diego. Now you're in San Diego.
Yes.
You're penniless. And you just
Yes.
get dropped off in San Diego.
Well, I used to live by 99 cents hot dogs, 2 hot dogs for 99 cents hot dogs. You know, 99 cents, yeah. And so I go to 7-Eleven or AM/PM, and so I only need $1 a day.
And where were you getting that dollar from?
I'm working. I'm a good, you know,
Yeah.
I hustle. And so I you know, cleaning floors or whatever. It's a lot of work in America. So it's just a matter of you come in and make yourself useful.
Yeah.
You know, but at one point I did end up, I learned my first sentence I learned was, do you have application for work? And so I started practicing that sentence, and I end up in this grooming place with these ladies.
Grooming
yes.
place. Oh.
That's when I make my first $60.
Wow.
As a groomer, you get paid 50%. You know, so that
Orny's
day
a groomer too, but it's a different kind.
This guy, what does he groom?
Doesn't like me talking about it. Let's just say you have another fellow groomer in the room, but a different kind of a Hollywood flavored groomer.
Okay, I got it.
I'm gonna let you have that one, just so you leave today feeling good about yourself.
There you go.
Because otherwise,
I don't need your charity.
I think you do.
All right, so back to your fascinating story.
Yeah.
You get a job at a dog grooming place.
Yeah.
And you immediately realize, I'm at home. Like, I love this. This is what I should be doing.
No. I mean, I didn't went in there just to know that they were gonna give me a job every single day. You know? So that day I started working for the ladies, you know, for every single day until I made 1,000.
Can I tell you what I'm uncomfortable with about the story? Is that you have no experience at all, and they hire you grooming. Like you've never groomed before, and now
I did. Groom.
Oh, you did groom back in
Mexico. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I watch dogs, you know, and clean things, and
Orny
not like a
used to do
major
grooming
groomer,
and back in
but
Boston too.
I'm really good about grabbing, you know, getting a dog to calm down. So, so this particular dog that they gave me the opportunity. It was a Cocker Spaniel that was being aggressive to this lady. So when I went in there, grabbed the dog, and I started grooming them, they got a surprise, you know. So that's what, you know, they asked me to come back because they were older at that time. So it was, you know, sometimes you get these moments in life that is magical and it was meant to be for you, and that was my opportunity. And I not only I help with the dog, I clean the place, I make myself useful.
Yeah. And where did the whole Jada Pinkett thing come in?
Jada was later in life, you know. That's when people knew about the Mexican guy who walks a pack of dogs. That was my title back in the days before the Dog Whisperer. And I went to return a Rottweiler named Kenji, and Jada was there in this party. And you know, when she saw me doing the demonstration, she said, "You know, when I get a dog, I would like for you to train my dog." So I did a good job. I'm a good trainer. Yeah. And so then she got the dog, and she called me. I went to pick up the dog, and from that point on, that was a few months later, she got engaged with Will, and that's when I opened myself and said, I would like to have my own show or a radio show. Back then, you know, when Rick Dees in the morning was a big deal. I love I love his show. That's really, I learned a lot of English through that. Yeah. You know, so I would like to have my own TV show or radio show because I want to teach people. People were coming in South Central and they wanted to learn from me. But then she said, well, for that, you need to speak English. So she paid a teacher for me to learn English for a year. So
Jada Pinkett did.
That's how, we became friends.
Do you guys remember Rick Dees in the morning?
Yes.
Yeah, he had
Rick
D's.
Dees, yeah.
He didn't have degrees. He had D's degree. So it was in Anaheim, 71 D's degree. See that?
I
See?
love the
Turn
branding. They're
phrase.
so good, those
branding.
radio guys.
Yeah.
You look a little bit like Rick Dees.
Yeah, it looks a little Rick Deesy, and that's
very
tip of the
nice.
cap.
Yeah.
He's a very good, too good looking for radio.
Donnie Most is my cousin.
You know Donnie Moss? He also had a bit. You know what his signature bit was? Heine Wine was a play on words.
Right.
Yeah, maybe Dawson will find it. So, do you find now? So, I used to be a carpenter, and when I would work for certain celebrities, they had a little celebrity culture, and you would go from one celebrity house to the next celebrity house because there was a little underground group. I think it was all their assistants. The celebrity assistants would communicate. Yeah, and then so. I was at Katie Seagal's house. The next thing I know, Scott Baio's guy wants me to come by because it's all this little group, and they want good people that they can trust, and so on and so forth. So did Jada Pinkett get you into that world?
That's when Will did Independence Day.
Oh, that's a
so
film.
Then the picture of my dogs were in People's Magazine, and then Cesar Millan is the trainer of. Right, and
that's
so
when
that
it started
helped a
coming
lot,
together.
Yeah. Then Michael Bay comes
For you. Oh, my. See, that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, and then everybody else.
Were you doing other celebrities? And
Yeah.
Who were some of the other?
At that time, Nicolas Cage.
Oh, it's no Scott Baio, but keep going.
Vin Diesel.
Oh, Vin Diesel.
I was taking care of their dogs. I used to they will go and do a movie, and then they leave the dogs with me, and so that's.
You ever hang out?
Redman, not all those.
Do you stay at their house? Or?
No. I will bring them with me.
Okay.
I see.
Me. Yeah, so I got this parking lot in South Central, and I will bring the dogs with me, and we just walk, and that's how I became known as the Mexican guy who walk a pack of dogs. I'm walking 40 dogs everywhere.
Any thoughts on the whole Lady Gaga situation?
With the dogs being stolen? Which part?
No, I'm talking about our hairdresser. Yeah, I'm on the subject of dogs.
Right, yeah.
The guy got shot. That could have been you.
As a dog walker? Being shot?
Yeah.
For what?
Oh, man. I thought you would know this.
Well, I don't steal dogs.
No, I don't. I'm not a dog
But you could have the
rustler
dog
anymore.
stolen from you.
But you get stories.
Oh, no, never. No,
Lady Gaga's dog walker got shot walking Lady Gaga's dog.
French bulldogs.
And then they stole the dog, and then Lady Gaga put a bounty out on the dog, a reward to get the dog back or to find the guy who shot her dog walker. But somehow I don't think I ever wrote the guy a check. I can't remember the story.
Well, no, she didn't because the person who turned in the dogs was involved with the crime as well.
But at that time I was walking Rottweilers, Pit Bulls, and German Shepherd. Nobody's going to mess with me.
Nobody messed with you.
No. I was just walking, big breeds.
What's the
powerful
mean?
breeds?
Do they have? Is it right to say this dog's more aggressive than that breed of dog?
Powerful.
Powerful.
The aggression, you can bring it out. Also the power, So you can redirect the power into something good. So they're not necessarily want to be aggressive. You can redirect. I mean, Petey from the Little Rascals was a pit bull. So it's whatever you put that energy into it, that's where the energy is going to manifest. So all my dogs have been Rottweilers, Pit Bulls, and German Shepherds, but they help other dogs. So my first pack of dogs were Rottweilers, Pit Bulls, and German Shepherds, and that's how I got the show.
Is there a dumb dog and a smart dog?
I think the back of the pack dog can come across a little bit dumb because it's shy. So it's back of the pack, middle of the pack, front of the pack. So when you have a dog that is back of the pack and you are constantly, moving towards the dog, you can overwhelm him. So when it's time for him to perform, he's shy. But I never met a dog that doesn't want to do something.
What's the window for training a dog? I mean, what's the right time to start if someone gets a puppy?
Well, see, the thing is, training is after you earned trust, respect, right? So that's what a lot of people do wrong. They don't earn the trust, respect. They just go into training the dog without having the trust and the respect of the dog.
How do you get that?
From birth to 8 months, that's puppyhood. So your job is just to fulfill the needs of that dog.
Birth to 8 months.
Huh?
Birth to 8 months.
Birth to 8 months. That's right. From
puppyhood.
8 months, the female's becoming heat, So they can no longer be called puppies, right? They're adolescents. So from 8 to 3, they're adolescents. So they have stages. I mean, they don't they die quite quickly, 16, 14 years. So the puppyhood is the time where you're supposed to invest in the connection, communication, relationship, the rules, boundaries, limitations, the follow, play, explore. So that is just you're nurturing what they already know. So training is something they don't know. Sit down, stay, calm, heal, on command, right? So they have to do things that they naturally would do for their parents. And then you, human, comes with this way of you want them to learn to listen the way you learn.
Yeah.
You are ears, eyes, nose. They're nose, eyes, ears.
Aha!
You see what I'm saying? So you have to nurture nose, eyes, ears before you teach them ears, eyes, nose. So human is ears, eyes, nose. Dogs is nose, eyes, ears. You see it? So you first do dog psychology, and then you come with the human psychology that we call dog training.
What's this cost me?
Which part?
The whole thing. Train you to train my dog. What's this going to cost me?
I don't train dogs. I train people.
Oh,
so I rehabilitate dogs. So I
have a dog.
Aggression. So fear, like aggression, or a dog that fight, flight, avoidance. I rehabilitate that part.
I have a dog who's aging, whose brain is not as smart and sharp as it used to be.
Prevagen.
And he lashes out when he's called on this. How do I train? Because I have to train.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a
Cesar,
second.
don't answer this because I've been to Orny's home and I've seen no signs of a dog.
That's because I'm a great dog owner.
And I think
they have their own house.
What your fellow groomer over here is doing is using this as a metaphor because he's really talking about me and my aging brain.
Okay.
But you know what? I'll indulge him because I'm in a good mood.
You are in a good mood today. What happened?
In a good mood today.
Yeah. How do we train Adam Carolla, dog owner?
Yes.
You have a dog?
Yeah, I got dog. It's a shit show. I mean, he's a great dog. He's a good dude, but he just does whatever he wants all the time. He lives a much better life than I do. It's not. He has a weird wiring. Like we have footage of him sleeping in the backyard, like on a patio, while someone is running a diamond-bladed wet saw. I don't know if it was a carborundum tipped one. I don't know if it was a carbide tipped one, Orny.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a high point saw. I can't quite remember. But
The video footage isn't clear enough.
Someone is just running a wet saw, cutting slabs of cement a foot away from him while he just lays on the ground. He doesn't care about fireworks. He doesn't care about horns honking, knocking on the door. He doesn't hop up and go running. He doesn't bark.
Is he too calm?
He's a little too laid back. Thunder and lightning, nothing.
That's great.
Nothing for him. Oh, here's footage of me walking out into my backyard while my dog Phil, who likes to be around people, went, all right, well, these guys are working in the backyard. I'll go lay down next to them.
This happens a lot,
But I haven't opened the door yet. When I open the door, I think you're going to hear a little more what I'm talking about here. Let's see. I think I opened the door. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
It's loud.
It is loud.
And Phil just laying there.
Yeah.
Like if they were cutting the concrete under him, they would have to tell him to move.
Looks like he's ready to sweep up.
He's laying on a broom next to guys coring into concrete and is yawning.
But he's not dead.
No, he's got his
calm.
mind on his money and his money on his mind. Laid back.
Laid back, yeah.
He's very laid back. He's not even looking.
It's just chilling.
Yeah, he's very chill. He's very nice. He's very gentle.
Yeah.
And he does whatever he wants all day, every day. Kind of reminds me of some of my
Isn't
family
this
members.
desirable?
I was going to say.
I like him, except for he. He's very easy. He's a little hard to walk. He pulls this way, pulls that way. He's got thoughts when he's walking. He wants to check stuff out. And then sometimes
you let him.
when you walk him, he'll just stop in the middle of an intersection, and you'll go, "Come on, Phil," and he'll go, walks over.
I think
he'll just start heading back.
Yeah.
And he also lays down during the summer. He'll find a patch of grass because he's overheating, and he just flops it on the neighbor's lawn. And he's like a computer that overheated. And you go, when's it coming back? It's like when it's ready. It's when it's coming. He just flops
But
out.
it's been this way his whole life.
His whole life.
Yeah.
Totally chillax.
Yeah.
How did you pick this dog? Like the process of picking a dog, Cesar, maybe you can help us understand this. How do you, this is a commitment for 12 years, 15 years. How do you decide? I'm very indecisive.
So it's 3 positions, right? It's back of the pack, middle of the pack, front of the pack. Stay away from the front of the pack, right? Because those
are the strong dogs.
Yeah. So in a litter of German Shepherds is only one pick of the litter, right?
Oh,
or
one
any
alpha.
any litter,
Yeah.
any litter. So if you're gonna go to best in show, you're gonna pick the pick of the litter. The other ones are gonna call pet quality or run of the litter. So run of the litter is what I call back of the pack, and pet quality is what I call middle of the pack. So there's only one per litter that is actually front of the pack.
Okay.
So stay away from those, and especially if you're not going to work with them.
How do you know?
So
Because they behave more confident, they're actually bigger in the pack. They're happy-go-lucky. They have this energy. The back of the pack, they're shy.
So like
You
with
see it.
Orny, like his cousin's Donnie most, that would be the alpha. Right,
Okay.
that would be the head
In my family,
in your
yeah,
family. The
for
Donnie
sure.
most is in your sort of middle.
I'm
little
back of the
middle
pack.
backpack.
Quiet, insecure.
That's right. That's right. Obedient,
You're right.
malleable.
I'm the last person picked at the kennel. I'm the one that you get the call and they go, they're putting this guy down in 5 hours unless somebody adopts him.
Right.
Takes them home.
Yeah.
That's right.
I went to a dog hospital recently.
You did?
Emergency. I had to emergency help somebody. Yeah. And it was fascinating because I'm not a dog person. So to see all that love and everything, it was really, really fascinating. Yeah.
Definitely. My clients are definitely dog lovers, but I bring the knowledge so they can do it right. You know, it's trust, respect, love.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Normally they just do love, affection. So I bring the exercise, discipline, affection, body, mind, heart.
And do you find, because I think like, in that video, it appears to me the dog does not respect Adam. The dog barely looks up, doesn't move, doesn't like go, oh, I'm not supposed to be laying down while the other people are working.
It's
It's a
a
trust.
epitome of
It's
trust.
Trust.
It's the
Yeah, it's
epitome
a lot of trust.
But I look at that video and I say, wow, this dog has learned from everybody else in the family, we don't have to respect this guy or give a shit about this guy, right? I feel like that dog laying down is mimicking Adam's kids and other family members,
projecting.
distant cousins.
All right, let's talk about Cesar's product, the Halo collar here for a second. It's a wireless pet tech collar that provides rules,
boundaries
and
limitations.
limitations. How's that work?
Well, you know, dogs do need rules, boundaries, limitations, right? And so what makes people not feel safe or peaceful is they don't know how to teach the dog the rules, the boundaries. I mean, everybody wants a dog that doesn't jump on people. Everybody wants a dog that if you go outside doesn't go too far away from you. Everybody wants a dog that whenever you say or whistle or whatever, your dog comes. So those are the limitations. So what I'm doing with the collar is helping people to maintain consistent with the rules, boundaries, limitations. Because what happens with my clients, they're not consistent. You know, dog people are consistent with affection, but they're not consistent with the rules, boundaries, limitations.
Yeah.
Right. So dogs need to practice 3 things. They need to follow somebody, play, explore. Follow, play, explore. But when you don't trust your dog, and when your dog doesn't respect you, you're not gonna go into the beach. You're not gonna go into the park. You're not gonna go into the city. So what we created is a tool that remind your dog the rules, boundaries, limitations. So even if you have your eyes closed, or if you're not looking around, the tool is the technology is already created so it maintain the same rules, boundaries, limitations.
How is that enforced via the collar?
It's different kinds of enforcement. You have the sounds, you have the whistles, you got my classic, that reminds the dog you're breaking the rules or you're breaking the boundaries. Obviously, depends on the intensity of the dog is going to be the correction.
So the collar has a power source. You got to recharge it, right?
Yeah.
And it'll then make an audio sound that'll let the dog know.
From 0 to 5 is going to make an audio sound. From 5 to 10 is going to be a vibration or stimulation, right? So the more intense it gets, the more you need the contact.
Euphemistic for shock, or because a vibration
It vibrates,
and that
also
annoys
it gives
the dog.
the static shock.
Because of Static Shock.
Yeah.
So
but it's not with the intention of hurting the dog. It's just snapping the mind away from it. Because the more the dog gets intense, for example, like when the dog look at a rabbit, the sound would not do the effect that you're looking for. You need the touch in order for the dog to snap out of it.
Right. But the first three are audible.
Yeah.
Can you program your voice?
Your voice, you can program your voice, or my voice is already in it. Obviously, whatever
it comes
the dog
with your
already
voice.
listens. Yes,
That should be an add-on. That should be more money.
It should be more money.
That should be a premium subscription.
So this is to keep dogs, safe, peace, love, and so people can practice the follow, play, explore that everybody wants.
So they'll hear your noise.
Yep, you condition them.
What's number one? Okay.
Yeah, that means, in Mexico, for example, the dogs have 3 sounds, all of them. The dog is far away.
Yeah.
The dog is doing something wrong. You want the dog to come. That's it. They don't have a name. They just have sounds, and they already know.
Mexico's always been better with
and
the
dogs.
dogs.
Are off leash.
And they can all whistle there. White people can't whistle. Mexicans can all whistle.
Is that a fact?
Oh, it's a fact.
Really?
Every construction site I ever worked on is all Mexicans. It's 3 racists named Mike, and then the rest are Mexicans. And every single time, like cement truck was like backing down the driveway or something, and there's somebody blocking it or something, and all the white guys would go, "Hey, and the Mexican guy go, he just hit it hard, and the guy just stopped the truck. Yeah. You got to be able to whistle on a construction site. You will be crushed. The day one, that's all. You have to have a Mexican near you who can whistle, who can stop stuff from backing over people.
How is your whistle? Has it held up?
I'm white. I yell at the
never
Mexicans.
learned.
Raul, whistle. Come on, we're going to get run over here.
That's right.
He's like, what's it worth, gringo? No, they all Mexicans can whistle. Handful of whites.
Can you whistle? I mean, I can whistle like
no
this.
Jews.
What? Don't make this about race.
Well, sorry, that's the way it's breaking down.
It's unbelievable.
You can do the 2-finger?
I can do the 2-finger.
That may be a Boston thing.
Can you do the 2-finger?
I got nothing.
So
I'm
what do you
white
do
guy. I'm from North Hollywood.
What if a car's blocking the driveway?
I travel with a Mexican. That's right. That's right. So I go, Pedro, now, do it.
Whistle.
This would be a good skill set for you to have.
That's right.
Look, people should be taught how to do the whistle, the different spellings of there and your, and many other of these things early in life. Sadly, my educational system failed me. But being able to do the whistle, Can
I tell you something? I'll tell you something. When I was a kid, there was 2 people in the neighborhood that knew how to finger whistle.
The finger whistle.
And one guy did it like this.
2 fingers.
I said,
2 hands.
What if you don't have access to this hand? What if it's an emergency? I go, this is more useful. Right. They sounded the same to me. This one had more of a squeak, so I taught myself this.
Do it. Let's hear one more. That's good.
Yeah.
I feel that's your Boston upbringing, because I'm from North Hollywood. Like, there's nobody but the Mexicans knew how to whistle. But they go to whistling school when they're young in Mexico, or how does this?
There's a university.
Why?
There's a whistle university.
The whistle school in Mexico.
He's so racist.
Whistles, you're right.
He's probably got 5 questions on Chihuahuas coming up.
The vastly superior German Shepherds are the ones that need to really wrangle those Chihuahuas. Keep them in line. Yeah.
Well, those are very common sounds. The whistle, the kiss, and the.
So these are your sounds all the way through, and then it'll get to a little physical stimulation.
If it's needed.
At some point, right? And
needed.
Then you'll be able to keep track on your phone and that kind of thing.
Keep track on your phone. Does that? So you always know where your dog is. Yeah.
And can Orny get this for his girlfriend? Because she disobeys him all the time. He never knows where she is. She's always chasing some rabbit into a bush.
Oh, Jesus.
Adam, if you get one of these, I'll program my whistle. You can have a celebrity comedian whistle.
Oh, you can get Donnie Most to do the whistle?
No, I'm saying me. I would do it for
you. Said celebrity. I didn't say.
So cheap. So cheap. Yeah.
Let's hear who has a better whistle, you or Cesar Millan.
What was this? The
right.
Joe Biden
That's a little
challenge?
competition.
Joe Biden challenge.
He's taking a little rinse. I'm going to close my eyes. Chris, you. Oh, wow. This is tough.
Yeah.
Cesar, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do the hand in the mouth.
Free.
Oh, see, he's got the tongue thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. One more. Let's hear. Yeah.
Yeah,
See?
Orny, what if you don't have access to your hands? You should learn how to do it.
What if you're
Fingerless.
walking 8 dogs and you're all leashed
it's kinda more
up,
difficult
man?
like that for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, see, it's an actual practical, potential life-saving skill. It's right up there with the Heimlich. Mm-hmm. Every construction site I've been on, when some I-beam was like coming around the corner and some guy wasn't looking, the Mexican guy just do the... And by the way, whistle on the construction site means everyone stops. You hear the whistle, the guy driving the forklift, everyone just stops
for
and
safety
goes, what's going on?
purposes.
It's a safety thing.
So why wouldn't you teach yourself the whistle? I mean, you know everything.
I couldn't. I would
You're a
try to
master
do
of all.
I've tried to do the fingers in the mouth thing. I've tried to do the Cesar no hands job. I had no dexterity for it. I could whistle like I was doing the theme from the Andy Griffith show, but it just wasn't good because it was so melodic that people didn't stop what they were doing. They started enjoying it. I could do the Old Spice theme.
Oh.
Can you do the Old Spice theme?
No.
Oh.
Never heard that one.
You never heard?
No.
A champion whistler. Like yourself. A world-class whistler. Old
just call
Spice.
animals with my whistle. That's all. I don't.
Well, you want to catch some ladies, you'll learn the Old Spice.
Well, that's
the
different.
old. You know the Old Spice theme? Orny?
That one?
No.
Oh,
no.
Dawson wants in on the whistle
Dawson wants in
contest.
on the whistle.
I do the 2 finger with
Oh.
these 2 fingers.
Let's see it.
Let's hear
see.
about the... It's okay.
It's not as good as this one.
It's not gonna stop a
definitely not as good
forklift.
as the no
Sounded like
finger.
a death rattle.
Old Spice. Here's the Old Spice whistle jingle that Caesar's going to have to learn after the
Oh,
show.
yeah. I guess I got to learn that one. Put it in the halo.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
That's about what I did.
Well, no, that's the end of it. The beginning of it is the beginning. They whistle the whole theme. You know this one?
No.
Ba 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 da 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 da
They don't use that anymore.
da. Well, they just tack their thing at the end,
Yeah,
which is an homage to their old. But you need one like from the 70s or something. That's the Old Spice.
what
thing.
if we got Caesar to whistle the theme to your podcast?
Oh, that's good by the Boss Tones. Oh, we have Orny and Rick Dees ready side by side. Let's see what those two handsome fellas look like.
See? See? Yeah, you do. I mean, you do.
Yeah. He's good looking.
Yeah.
Where is Rick Dees now with those beautiful
He's in a farm
blue
somewhere.
eyes?
Yeah. He's got the collar on. He's in the farm.
He's in a farm somewhere. I forgot what he...
All right, Old Spice theme if we can get it. If not, we'll move on.
What kind of man whistles the Old Spice tune?
He's my daddy. My practically perfect husband.
You can
Chevy
count
Chase.
on him.
He's the captain of my ship.
He's a friend.
The Old Spice man, a man's man.
Clean, refreshing Old Spice. It's the favorite scent of the American man, and he'll never change his tune.
And I love him for it.
Change his
Spice.
tune.
Not a single Mexican whistling in that commercial.
I know.
It's racist.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, that a black guy, that a bunch of white
Who
guys.
was out of sync?
Yeah.
That guy was way off. Like,
Yeah.
who looped that?
Now, bad black looping there.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. They didn't put as much
there he
time
is.
in with
Watch
the brother,
this.
you know. Yeah, he was looped out of sync.
Watch
People are
out.
like, they're looking at the Dalmatian, you know.
That's right.
He's a friend.
The Old Spice man.
That's not even close.
Not even
Yeah,
close.
I don't think he's whistling.
Nah, black guys can't really whistle. It's for Mexicans.
He's a bass
It's for
player.
Mexicans and guys from the Boston area. That's about it. All right, let's give Cesar a plug. Cesar Millan, Better Human, Better Dog. That's the show currently airing on National Geographic and Disney Plus, and also the product Halo Collar. And this is technology, people. You can get yours at halocollar.com. Halocollar.com. And Instagram at Caesar's Way. And Twitter at Cesar Millan. Thanks, Cesar.
Thank you, guys.
And Orny Adams, everybody. Live dates. Ice House. The revamp.
Next weekend, right?
Next weekend. Beautiful
June 22nd.
Ice House. Beautiful Ice House. Kimmel's Club coming up on the 27th.
Your friend.
My friend. And then Mike Drop Comedy Club. That's in San Diego. That'll be June 28th and 29th. And I'll be at Levittown, New York at Governor's at that time as well. You can go to adamcarolla.com for all my events and go to ornyadams.com for all of his events. Until next time, Adam Carolla for Orny Adams, Cesar Millan, and Chris Max saying, mahalo.